And we're live here at the station of decapitation with Thatcher Head. I'm Nasty Neal.
That would make me terrible, Troy.
We're joined by the returning Jim McDonough. It's very cool to have you here.
Hello.
Yes.
Glad to be back.
Yes. I was going to say local filmmaker, but that wouldn't, I guess that doesn't make sense depending where people are.
Well,
It's all
no,
relative, right?
Yeah.
that could be your new thing, like wherever
You're
you
just
go,
local
you're
to
the
wherever you
local.
are. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I like
technically,
this.
my filmmaking style with green screen, I can be in your backyard or wherever, Send me a picture,
Exactly.
I'll be there.
Yeah. So Manicorn. So you made the short years ago, and then you made a lot of cool stuff since then, and now finally you're making the feature film.
Not to be over the top or hyperbolic. There's a lot of words I read a lot and I don't ever say, so they're kind of dicey. Just let me know if you're not sure. But it's been literally I've already won. Not to it's meaning I'm not saying I'm quitting and I'm not saying I'm not going to do anything with it. But it's been an absolute dream come true, just the making of. And so I originally when give me like a signal if I was like just slow down, you're talking too much. But when I started making short films and let me just get this right.
See, this is a filmmaker. He's very technically savvy. So this film is going to be, amazing. Obviously, the same kind of know-how is going into the film that is going into setting up the live stream.
That same quality that you
Yes.
expect from your local filmmaker.
Mm-hmm. So while we're waiting for Jim to come back, you know what you guys can do, and all your girls, all the ladies, all the women, all the men, all the boys, all the girls, everyone in between, all the trees, all the dogs out there, hit the like button. Smash the like button, as the kids say. You hit that little bell icon, you'll get a notification every time we are live. And then you share this out to all your friends and your enemies. They'll become your friends. Share it out wherever you are, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on MySpace, on Friendster, on LinkedIn. And then if you're crazy enough, you want to help support the channel, you can become a member. It starts at only $2.99 a month. And Jim is back on here.
We said
His timing was perfect.
We said we shouldn't have filmed me setting up because it would not be, let's be professional here. But exactly what happened here again. I've destroyed the setup. Now I think, listen, it is what it is. I think we're going to make this entertaining or not, Neil. I'm going to get this set up live here.
All right.
This might be the highlight or the low light of the night here.
Yeah.
But I originally had a plan, and as they say when you try to make a plan here. So hold on, bear with me here.
But, this is like a look into the making of Manicorn right now.
Oh,
it's kind of a look into the making of every. It's like there's a lot of madness to my world here. But I think, have you ever seen those videos or TikToks where someone will be like crocheting as they tell a story?
No, but I might check those out afterwards.
Yeah, or it's like a weird. I'm on TikTok way too much, and sometimes it's either like someone would tell a story, and on the right they would just be showing like a woodwork. It's some kind whatever. So I'm going to give you guys a version of that of me crocheting as I tell the story. As it potentially is a little bit rocky here, as it's the camera. I'm doing the best I can. So I've been making short films since 2008, but that was I was pretty old at that point, 35. Yeah, I get this. Hold on a second. I am almost there.
The man's on his houseboat, so cut him some slack.
Yeah,
okay?
sweet. That's sweet. Yeah.
Stationary business. All right. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. Is the lighting on a little bit? Whatever.
It's fine. You got a little glare on the screen, but it's fine.
We're gonna stick with this. Okay.
Yeah.
Making short films from 2008, and then I started submitting to festivals in 2015. The first one's Boston Underground Film Festival, which if you've ever had an opportunity to go, Neil, you've had films play there. Troy, have you been to the fest?
No, I haven't been to that one. I'd love to go.
You gotta go. It's it's in Harvard's in Cambridge. So once I got a taste of that world, my goal was to, submit a short a year to ideally get to go to my version of like summer camp at the end of March to hang out with all of like the weirdo friends. Who are we kidding? But Yeah, so that was started 2015, and so it was all about can I submit and buff in time, and can theoretically, and got in. So I had a good run where I made 7 films over those 7 years with COVID and all that play there, and I was ready to do number 8, and I was super excited. And usually it takes me a couple of months in my annual kind of quest to make a short. It takes me a couple of months to kind of crack the next idea. But then I had I'm always I have a full-time job and lovely family, and so it's like I have to be very specific, strategic, and targeted with my time. And so knowing I'm working 50, 60 hours, who knows, I got to take that block of time of my life that I free and just allocate it to the film, whether it was the shorts or writing the short or making the short or now with the feature. And so I had to be very kind of specific and have a good handle on my time management. So I had the 4 ideas, which is usually takes me a couple of months to make, and I was just ready for the big feature. And so, long story short, I always said if I was going to make a short, take one of my shorts and turn it into a feature film, I wanted it to be Manicorn. It's the one that I had the most fun. I think connected to the most, a lot of more audience than a lot of my other stuff. And it's just been a dream come true, making it, and getting to be blessed to work with guys like Neal, who was lucky. I was lucky enough to get, who came to the basement studio, if you will. And Trey, you know how good was he? Neal always a good actor. Like, for example, when he manipulate his acting with Mom? Did he always have this?
No, he was always kind of like the quiet guy. He just
Really?
kind of eased in the back. He kind of like everything sunk in. He just he
Interesting.
observed.
Not to be corny, but was he always a sweet, kind kid?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I believe that.
Yeah, but Troy has said that I came out of my shell around I think it was maybe in the 2000s, I guess, before I started getting online.
Was it the podcast in some ways that maybe
I
gave
believe
you
so, yeah.
Yeah,
the
definitely
gave you
helped.
confidence? Was the confidence thing help?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
We've been trying to cram him back into the shell since, but it hasn't worked.
Did you guys both grow up in Sandwich?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's so funny. Yeah, so I'm thinking, what? You guys are right over the bridge, so I'm not too far.
So
up in
Troy's back. Troy's actually closer to you now. Troy's in Wareham.
Yeah.
So he's not
Wareham's
too far
awesome.
from you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
so I had Neal play 2. I don't know why. I've always been obsessed with twins, and it's quirky. I don't know what it is. Sinners, by the way, another great twin movie, but I love that.
Oh,
And so but Neal's playing 2 twin orderlies. And what it's one of the hardest and funnest challenges when you're doing twins is how can I make one versus the other distinguished enough about, you know what I mean? And what were you thinking there when you went into that?
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know if you give me advice on to play them separately. I mean, I kind of probably instinctually you play them a little differently.
Yeah,
but
from my memory of it, here's what I have a gut on, because I have a very strong philosophy when I'm making stuff, especially when I'm making the way I've been making them, where in many cases it's just the kindness of people's heart, or maybe they're into this type of stuff I make that has them come for free, basically. I have, which I feel bad about, but I cover transportation. I try to feed them, whoever it is, as much as possible. But maybe there's ethical debates you could make about that, and people say how but I never make it is what it is. But so what I bet happened is during how long did it take us to get here? About 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, because I took a bus up to Plymouth.
Right.
And then, yeah.
You took the T. I picked up the T. I was forgetting that. So I was thinking a little shorter than that then, because you took. How long was that T ride?
It was a bus. Not very long from Sagamore to Plymouth. So 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah. So we were in the car for probably 30, 40 minutes. And from what I remember, we were just game planning it. And my philosophy, my strong philosophy, is for starters, it's the beauty of collaboration. Like you just don't see what you don't see. And so when someone else is involved and you give them the creative freedom to just bring their stuff, there's always just stuff I never would have thought of. And so I think during that car, what I would have imagined we talked about, because I have the same, maybe I'm repetitive, and I am very repetitive, actually. I probably said the same things to Neal. I repeat myself. Maybe that's an age thing. But during the car ride, I would have said, as I've said to my cousin Maureen Kerrigan was at the house, it's like, listen, I'm excited for you to bring what you bring. It's not Shakespeare, so you don't have to get the line specific. The only time I'll actually care about getting the line specific is if it's preceding a joke or the point of the joke. And in that case, it might be, but in general, like I kind of like sometimes if it's in your words, it's going to be more organic. So, I think you were remembering you brought that. But I
Yeah,
do.
so I did think, I mean, so my limited time as an actor, for me
Yeah.
personally, to really get into, for my performance and things, I found that if I get how I want, just actually just the character itself and not really worry about the dialogue, that's what really works for me. So I kind of thought about the one guy's just kind of dumb, and then the other guy is just kind of like not necessarily mean, but he's kind of like yeah what, rolling his eyes kind of guy. So, and then I think once I got those two down, I was like, oh, I know how I'm gonna play this now. And so
Awesome.
whatever the dialogue happened to be, if I forgot it or if you came up with other stuff, then that for me that's how it works best.
Here's the other thing I said, because it's kind of weird. It's usually just me and another person bringing you down to my basement. It's kind of strange. But what I always guarantee, which is a bold prediction, tell me if you remember me saying this, because I always say this. Not funny. The only thing I guarantee is we will have fun, because it's a very light, fun atmosphere. I had fun. I hope you did, Neil.
Oh no, I had a great time. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I kind of wish I was like, man, I wish he was the characters were in it more. But no, it was really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what's been my mantra? I've had two mantras in this film, and if you don't mind, one of them, this is the one that makes me cry every time I see the video. But there's this, I don't know if you link stuff, or whatever, but a lot of people, you guys, your audience probably knows it. I cry that's the beauty. I don't know how old you guys, but one of the beautiful parts about getting to like 50 is it's all that baggage of all the stuff I used to worry about what people think. It's just all gone. So just I'm crying, but the downside for people around me, I'm crying all the time. I'm crying all the time. It's kind of hilarious. And sometimes it's just like, my kid's like, all right, it's sometimes it's like, give me a break now a little bit. But I get very emotional about this stuff. Oh boy, ADHD.
Tara's joined us here. Tara Hutchison.
Hello.
You've not met Jim before.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Our new co-host here, Tara. Tara's is Jim, longtime friend of ours, Manicorn
Awesome.
Man. He's telling us about getting around 50 and then.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I was just this I was on this. Here's the fun part. You coming on had nothing to do with me losing my train of thought. It could have been a save, but I'm just going to acknowledge it. I lost it before you got here, and so. But if we can rewind, in theory, where we were before that, I knew I was very emotional. I think it had connection to
Oh yeah, because you even said about linking something.
Oh, okay, Lincoln. Yes. Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, two mantras. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so Tarantino has this quote where, listen, I'm not sure if it's true, but it's kind of my faith at this point, where he talks about if you truly love cinema and you put all your heart and put all your soul, you can't not make a great movie. Here we go. I'm so pathetic. So I love. All right, I'm not. This swear a little bit here, but I love the fuck out of this movie. I've loved the fuck out of making it. It's been the time of my life, and the joy that I get, where I get to have a job where I support the family, and I love my job. I'm just very. Part of the crying is a lot of people have it really hard right now. For a lot of people, and sometimes I feel it's a little bit unfair, like how lucky I am. But like I get to have a great job, great company, great teammates, and then every night is like the night of my life because I get to work on the movie. And so like making this has been the dream come true every day. I'm actually when I was making those shorts, I'm like, you know what? Instead of I got to all these years making shorts, I had the next one. I was ready. I was excited. I'm like, I think I had this 10-year plan. 10 years I retire, whatever. Make which is bold, but whatever. 10 years I retire and I'll make Manicorn. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's go. And so it would take me about a year to make a short film because they're basically kind of cartoons in a lot of ways where it's, there's live action for sure, but then there's just so much stop animation. I don't know how much you can see or you've linked the trailer. I mean, it's kind of like almost like Sin City, the way they made that film, where everything's surreal and green screen. But that also means everything isn't just what you shoot. It's like this, and also I got lights and rain. And just every three, if I can get through 3 seconds a night, it's a great night. Out of like the 93 minutes. And so I set out, if I was gonna make a short film in a year, it typically took me. And if it's gonna take, if I use that same scaling, I'll be making this for 20, 30 years. Which what whose film just came out after 20 years? Maybe that should have been planned. You know what I'm talking about?
Megalopolis.
Which one? Oh, that one too.
Megalopolis.
The making.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the stop animation. I saw it at the
Oh
Emerson-
yeah, I saw it. I saw it at the Brattle too.
Phil Tippett, right?
Yeah,
Tippett's
the Phil
movie.
Tippett movie. Yeah,
Month's
Mad
Gone.
God.
Oh,
Mad
So
God.
freaking great. So that took him what? 20 years, 17 years?
Yeah, decade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But so
insane.
it is absolutely gorgeous, brilliant. So there's nothing wrong with doing that, especially if you see a film like that. But I figured I had some very specific hope to all right, how can I scale my time differently and literally do this in 3 to 5 years? I think I shouldn't have, I wish I said 1, 2 to 3 years, because here I am 4 years and looks like we're going to be around 5 when we're done here. January is when my hard deadline when I'll be done here. So how am I going to make a feature length film, 90 minutes, 93 to be technically is where I think it's going to end up, in less than 20, 30 years. And so my plan was, okay, so I have to, it's fascinating. My motivation for using these techniques were the same motivations for them, these two things I'm going to reference for using these techniques, and that is noir. So I thought in my world, if I'm using green screen all the time, even I've been using green screen since 2010, and weirdly, that technology hasn't improved that much. So I'm basically using the exact same process as I did then. And so I'm sure it has, but maybe I'm just an old dog not learning new tricks. That's very possible. But so it's a very specific, it's gotten quicker simply because I've learned so many of the tricks of shadow, lighting properly and all that. But it's still, a very, in some cases laborious process. So, how could I do this more effectively and scale it? Well, the more light it is, the more you can catch mistakes. The darker it is, the easier it is to catch mistakes. And so from a perspective, if I get a little dot, if I have it be really dark or night, and then that's kind of like noir, so possibly. So if I go that way, but the irony in noirs, my understanding with noir and Batman, it was the same motivation. In the case of Batman, they wanted the darkness because it shaved money in the dark, use the black versus the white, I guess, my understanding. And the same thing with noir, I guess lighting, and it was a practical and individual intention that comes out with a beautiful effect in some cases. So ultimately the story anyways is basically, I made this short film Manicorn in 2013. If you want, it's it's a commercial parody. The feature film's not a commercial parody. I don't know if you can see that, but
that shirt's cool. Can I see more?
Thank you. Neil made me an awesome actually there's a poster version of it there if you can see it, but Neil made me an awesome, I was like a real Sophie's choice. It's actually, Neil has it up on is it Amazon or eBay?
Amazon. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah, so I always wanted to do t-shirts. The fact that Neil had the whole thing distribution and he designed it, it's just easier just to share that. But Neil designed an awesome character with this, I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically
That one I love.
8-bit. What's that called? Neil?
Yeah, 8-bit. Yeah, 8-bit.
Yeah,
8-bit.
so of a cartoon version that I have on a lot of t-shirts. I have
show it
4
again.
t-shirts.
I'll put you up here if you want to grab the hat quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I could bring one of the t-shirts over as well. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, see, it's sweet.
Oh, it's cute.
I should show on it. All right, this is maybe not great television, great radio, great YouTube. What do they call it? Great YouTube. Let me just grab the t-shirt. I can't help myself. Hold on.
All right.
I want one of those shirts.
Yeah, I will send you the link afterwards.
Do you want to see my shirt I'm wearing tonight? It's super cool.
Yeah.
I think you'll be impressed. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
I dig it.
Oh, nice. It's okay.
I
So
thought it was so cool.
Yeah,
I have a dark
that.
gray one, an orange one,
A purple one.
a purple. My pink one is a little small now. I got to get a new one there. This.
Nice.
Is that
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, so that was, so you're sure enough. And then I'm like, now I've only made 10-15 minute film shorts as max before. Now I got to write something super long, and kind of funny. We're going to talk about Arbor Day, is it pronounced later?
Yeah, Arbor Day, which
Yeah,
both of you,
and I'm
well,
playing like
everyone
a-
here will be in. Yeah.
Yes, we'll all
Awesome.
be part of that.
Well, to connect the dots here, I'm obsessed with once I listen. I'm not saying every film has to be Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, if you guys are familiar with that. But as a guy who just made surreal, crazy stuff, and the first time I ever had a short really connect with a broader audience than my weirdo friends was when I just used it's like great for anyone who's a filmmaker who just kind of like once you can subvert it, but if you use the beats of the hero's journey, it's like a little bit of cheat code. And it was like literally as an exercise, I used it for the short Manicorn. And I'm not saying that like it's a big deal, but in my world, it's like, I had like 30 something thousand views, which I don't typically get traction like that. And it had a nice little run with festivals or whatever. But it's just whoa. It happened again. Train of thought. Here's the deal too. When I lose my train of thought, the fun game I play is
the hero code. Was it
right,
the hero, the
Hero's
journey? Hero journey.
Yeah, Hero's Journey. Where was I? So I know I was talking about the short. Yes. Riveting music. Yeah.
Were you saying like hitting the beat to the hero's journey and?
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I tell any filmmakers who are it's even as an exercise because you can subvert it. You can make yourself. Oh, Arbor Day. We're gonna do this. This is the great. Oh, all right. We're gonna figure this out together. Thank you. Okay. So the connection with Arbor Day and the connection why I bring it up with the script is so I'm a big believer in the hero's journey. One of the key tenets oftentimes of the hero's journey is like the mentor figure or the Obi-Wan. There we go. I love it. Yeah. So oftentimes they'll reference like the Obi-Wan Kenobi. In my Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I've had this weird journey where I grew up like super like Catholic, super religious, more kind of out of anxiety, praying a lot. And then I became like a hardcore atheist, and I just all science. And then I was a little bit agnostic, and then through a variety of life experiences, I just have like I'm become much more spiritual. Oh no, the dog's coming. So I've had these couple of moments where I've seen people, and this is going to sound super weird, but there's been 2 moments where I've seen someone, and then I've had this moment internally, like, whoa, this is weird. I don't know why. But this person's going to be very important in my life. It's a very strange feeling to have. I had it twice. And so one of them is, I'm making stuff on YouTube, and then I go to this guy, Joseph Bouvier, a great guy, who's an artist himself. He's a, filmmaker, and he hosts with a bunch of, with a few folks. They host this thing in Somerville. It was kind of like a one-night festival. And I don't know how I heard about it, maybe on Twitter, but I submitted. And that's the first time I played in a live audience, real audience. And it was a surreal, wonderful experience. Like met a bunch of amazing people. And in the audience though, because everyone, all the directors went up to do a film, Michael J. Epstein. I just, what do you guys say? Michael, you don't say the whole thing. Michael J. Epstein's time. We just say Michael. How do you do it now? He's one of my great
I
great
just
friends.
say Michael, but sometimes I realize I guess some people might not know who I mean, so I say Michael.
Well, now just established. I'm just going to say Michael. And we'll just establish
now that we know, everyone out
Neil
there
does
knows.
it with me, and then he's got to specify afterward.
Right, because
half the time I'm thinking he's talking to Michael St. Michael.
Exactly, that's the thing. Is sometimes people think I'm talking about Michael St. Michael.
Yeah. So I see Michael in the audience, and he's obviously a filmmaker, and he doesn't have a thing play there that night, but I just see him. I'm like, this is so weird. Like, why this guy's going to be important? It's and listen, especially as like a guy who's obsessed with science. I'm obsessed with the scientific method. I'm obsessed with like real data, peer reviewed, the whole thing. But like, this is just like a weird thing. And then so I met some amazing people that night between, Diana Porter and Izzy Lee, just so many folks. And that next day, Michael, I friend requested him, I think, and then he sent me a message. He said, you should submit this to Boston Underground Film Festival. They'd really dig your stuff. And I'm like, film fest, whatever. So I'm like, no way. And so we kind of connect a little bit.
Oh,
and
so
then
he introduced you to the whole buff scene.
He did.
Oh, that's awesome.
So then naturally, like I have him in my, I started making these shorts. I thought it was gonna be a big series. It was 2 and I don't want to call it dud, but I did make more of these idioms origins. But I had Michael in my first one called, In a Pickle, basically. And so the origin of the thing. So I had him in that, and then like we just became pals. And then all of a sudden, like he introduced me to he had this He basically, him and Sophia are just amazing people, and they're just amazing artists. Obviously, they're great musicians, great filmmakers, and so they had found this guy named Tim Tate. You know the story, Neil?
No,
Darling Pet Monkey. So this guy Tim
I know
Tate is
Darling
down.
Pet Monkey, but yeah, I don't know this story.
Yeah, so this guy Tim Tate is down in D.C. He lives there. Just a wonderful man. He has like an art he's like a glass artist, but he's like a very
Oh wow.
fascinating guy, very interesting. You can look him up on Wikipedia. Well, so he had this story about when him and his brother ordered a monkey out of the back of a monster magazine. Actually, like this really happened. So back, I don't know if you guys know about
I
this, but
remember
back,
seeing those ads in like Famous Monsters in the
it's
back.
sad and crazy, but in the back of like these monster magazines, they would literally say like 1999, get a spider monkey.
Yep, so true.
Speaking of
Real
animals,
quick,
so
our grandfather was before either of us were born, but when he came back from, was it, I don't know which Korean War, maybe he brought
Yeah.
back a spider monkey. Remember
He
that
did.
we were told the story, and then
What?
but they wouldn't let him bring it into the country.
Yeah.
The customs
Wow.
wouldn't let him
Grandpa
bring
had
it
a
in.
spider monkey?
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
before
It's
we
like
were
obviously,
born, but we used to hear the story.
obviously, yeah, man, sad because it usually doesn't end well. But anyways, so this guy tells the story of him and he's 10 years old, and him and his brother see this in the Monster magazine. They're like, oh my god, like this would be the greatest pet ever. And then they said to themselves, we gotta get one, but we can't ask mom because mom will say no. But mom's a softie at heart and she loves animals, so we just order it. She's gonna fall in love with it. It's gonna be great. So they literally on their paper routes they collect. It's 1969, so they had taken a long time to get 1995. And they're not, they're thinking, this is probably going to be some kind of scam. Like they're going to send some,
Oh, yeah.
toy, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they, all of a sudden, like a postman, like shows up at the house with this box. And at the time, so the mom's got this like big beehive hairdo. She's got this big like what do they call it? The tournament where they play the like bingo, whatever. All in her your gal friends are all at the house, and they all got like these big, late 60s. Just try to picture it. And so the mailman says, I got the monkey here, and the mother's like freaking out, like what, how, what are you doing? And like then the kids are like, no. And so then he's like, get it out of here, don't bring it back. And then the kids are like, you can't get. Then the mailman says, but if I take, it's been 3 days on the road, so if I take it back, he will die. So
Oh.
she says, we're gonna put it over here, and when your father comes home, we will deal with that monkey. But in the meantime, sit over there. I'm going to go bridge. I'm going to go down to my bridge. So do not touch
Okay.
that box. Do not touch it. So the box started making noises. The kids are worried that it's going to can't breathe in there. So it pokes some holes. Monkey gets out. Hasn't peed and pooped for days. It's peeing and pooping everywhere. There's commotion everywhere. The mom comes. All the people come. It's jumping in people's hairs, biting people. So I'm going to stop here. I probably gave him too much. This really happened. And so it only gets more wild. And so this actually happened. So this guy, Tim Tate, lives through this in the late 60s, and he starts telling the story. And then he's literally on NPR. He tells the story. And I don't remember which one was Story Hour or whatever, but he tells it there. They make a musical into it, Darling Pet Monkey. And so now I don't know how Michael and Sophia found him, but I think they meet him at Power. He tells the story. He's like, they're like, oh my God, this is just gold. And so they have this idea. They were going to make a feature-length documentary of all the crazy, wild things that you would order.
Yeah, I was actually involved in that. We
Wow.
never got it going, but yeah.
Yeah, and so the original one they had was Tim Tate. So they go down to DC. Hello, my lovely love of my life, Tara, just walking through doing her thing. This is actually not a studio. This is just my home, believe it or not. So where was I? Here we go.
Darling Pet Monkey, Tate,
Monkey.
DC, Michael and
Yeah.
Sophia
Documentary.
documentary
Yeah,
they're gonna make.
thank you. This is, I don't know what. Yes, this is not this. I've listened to the show. This is not a normal thing, but this
It's pretty normal. Yeah. We're all over the place.
Apologies, honestly,
I want to see if you guys are really listening to me. I'm going, oh, geez, I forgot what I was talking about.
All kidding aside,
Well,
as a guy who's gets less and less afraid of being corny. I love Neil, and I'm so grateful for my relationship with him. And I love spending. I'm just happy to be here. And in true story, Tara just say if she can hear me. Yeah, I'm always bragging about him, and he got, McLovin, the guy from Back to the Future 2, and like Ed Asner, Larry Holmes, and it's just cool because you're such a great, kind person, and just see.
Thank you. And not just because you just said that, and I feel like Oh well, thank you. I love everyone here. Actually,
3 for
Troy,
3
obviously my
on that.
brother.
Troy's
So
no slouch.
I have to
Brother
love
Troy's
him.
no slouch either.
Shout out to Neil. Woo!
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Actually, everyone here. The first time I met Jim, I loved him right away. First time I talked to Tara the same way. So, and it's great that Tara's part of the show now. And yeah, Jim's amazing, and it was so cool to be part of the movie for lots of reasons. Not only just have fun, but there's something special about like, oh, I'm going to be part of Jim's first feature film.
Oh,
Like,
hell
I
yeah.
want that to be good. You know what I mean?
Thank you, pal.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Can I
Neil
share
was
my
the one that
second
hooked me
mantra
into
after-
like all your shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
What's that, pal? What'd you say, Troy?
Neil was the one that got me hooked into like all your shorts and things. So
Thank you. Actually, we met through Tiny Clones, which is ironic because remember I was sitting
Exactly.
obsessed with yeah. So obviously, I made a short film about a guy who was obsessed with torturing tiny versions of himself. I'm not a pro-violence guy, but I feel like if I'm not going to punch up, I'm going to punch in. And so tiny, that's why I feel
that
I
one's
would
got a
feel
great poster too.
that. Oh man, I
Yeah,
don't know if
it's
you
got
can-
it's got a great quote
Oh,
by
yeah,
some
that's the one.
a great critic on
Oh well, it's on the poster. It's,
Yeah.
as Neil Jones quoted from Without a Head, it's like Black Mirror for idiots.
it.
Yeah.
I really love it because not only is it's very funny and you can just watch it and it's like silly, but at the same time, like it actually has like a lot of meaning behind it.
It was JB Sapienza, and he's another one of my great best friends. That oh yeah, I gotta sorry yeah great. I gotta get to the mantra, and the second person that I saw was me. But JB, I met through Phil Haley. And he's just been a frequent collaborator. I owe you one banana and two black guys. If he was the rapper, him and his pal that I did the music video for. He co-wrote Tiny Clones. He's been now he's actually he. Oh wow, this is so weird in full circle. I think it was the first time I was on here, maybe the second. I got really excited to tell you guys about an idea I want to do as a feature someday. And I don't know if you remember me talking about toxoplasmosis.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So
I think we were just audio at that time.
do
though,
we
I
all?
think.
Does
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
here know what toxoplasmosis is?
I don't believe
No.
Tara does.
And maybe the audience doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true
So-
too. Yeah, I forgot this.
Yeah, do you mind if I give a little? It's one of the most fascinating, interesting, crazy things that on the planet Earth. Well, if it isn't, I don't know what to say to that. But so there's a parasite called that can give you something. There's a longer version that I don't know how to pronounce, but toxoplasmosis. Apparently, it's like 1 in 4 people on the Earth are affected. But what it is basically, it's a parasite that can only breed in the belly of a cat. So once in a while, the cat will get rid of its extract, and accidentally the parasite gets out in the cat's poop. And so what ends up happening very frequently is then mice or rats will find their way to this cat feces. And so what happens when the mouse or rat eats this parasite that can, I don't know if the parasite's toxoplasmosis. I think there's another word. I'll just call it toxoplasmosis, but it's a longer word. And so the rat, that toxoplasmosis parasite has a big problem now if it's in the belly of the if it's in the belly of the mouse, it can't breathe, so it needs to be in the cat. So what does it do? It needs to get it actually goes on this pilgrimage or journey, and it goes from the belly of the mouse all the way to the brain of the mouse, and somehow takes over the center of the brain that's either connected to cats or to fear. And all of a sudden, mice and rats, who if they have this parasite, they will approach cats. You see these videos of cats like almost like trying to rats talk, like provoking cats. They have probably toxoplasmosis, and the reason why the parasite is doing that because it wants to get eaten. So the parasite is back in the cat belly. It's wild. So here's where it gets interesting. For example, when baboons get it, there's stories of same deal. So I'm in that parasite. I'm in the belly of a baboon in the jungle, and now I need same deal. I need to be in the jaguar's belly. So I got a problem. So I got to hijacks the brain of the baboon, takes over the fear of cats, jaguar, and all of a sudden it's in the jaguar's belly. So it's now when humans get it, which we can and we do, it has a different subplot. So in case of women, it in some cases makes their IQ higher. I'm not sure if so. I'm more familiar with the what happens to men. So there's a higher incidence of schizophrenia. There's a higher incidence of motorcycle accidents. There's a higher incidence of accidents in general. Here's the good stuff, or in theory, the good stuff, I guess, depending on your perspective on this. It's a much higher higher percentage of entrepreneurs. There's a shockingly high percentage of entrepreneurs who have the parasite toxoplasmosis. Okay, so what does that mean? So I have to get into the brain as a guy who has a psych background. I got to get into the brain and figure out how is that the case. So that one's an easy to crack. So why are people who have toxoplasmosis successful being entrepreneurs? All right, so I look at myself. In my day job, I'm in sales, and I really believe I'm really good at what I do. I'm very entrepreneurial in my job. I'm very I work really hard. I have the right perspective. And sometimes over the years, why wouldn't you have started your business? And then I say to myself, well, where am I going to get the money? And it's like, well, then the inner dialogue, well, you go to the bank, get a loan. It's like, what if I spend their money? It's like, well, that's what happens. You basically was like, then you got to live. I can't live with that. But yet, you hear the stories of these entrepreneurs. They didn't succeed in the first time, the second time, the third time. They just keep going because they're not afraid of the cat. All right, so hear me out. These mofos in Silicon Valley are eventually going to get wind of this, and you're going to see them injecting themselves. It's going to be a freaking thing. Just wait. Well, anyways, I figured this could be a good movie, right? So some down on his luck sales guy owns his first business. I'm thinking about it. So this guy, he's owning his own business, and he sees this commercial to maybe can he get this? They're selling the dream of Toxo, and so I had this idea to do it as a short. And ultimately, the fun part about when I work on every year, I'm trying to strike the next idea. There's a lot of ones that don't make the cut, but they go into the draw. And Tiny Clones is one that went into the draw, if you will, Google Docs. And so years later, it's I hear these, ironically, the Coen brothers are two of my favorite filmmakers. And it was funny, a lot of their films, like The Big Lebowski or Miller's Crossing, they got halfway through and they couldn't crack it. And they put it away, come back and I got it now. So that's what would happen, with Tiny Clones, for example. And so I have the drawer and I go back to it. Yes. So man, it's a lot of it's the nerves. So I don't know where I was going with this. We're going to set some records here tonight for losing trains of thought here, but I hope it's at least when we can make the best of it here. I don't know where I was going.
Yeah, I love these sidetracks myself. I
got it.
Great.
I got it. So I got it. So I figured, all right. No, so here's how I did that. So you know what? It's part of Manicorn. So I'm not going to give away too much, but there's this wonderful, amazing filmmaker named P. Levine, who I met through the Somerville Weird Local Film Festival, and they got an amazing young creative community with Alex Tardarian, Keanu Burke, this Dylan Kaufman. They're freaking awesome. It's a great group. And so it's a subplot of Manicorn, basically. So there's this guy that gets involved too deep, and this is how I would describe Manicorn. Is I'm a big fan of, for example, the original Airplane, Naked Gun, which the new one, by the way, I really loved. That kind of tone where it's it's not winking at the camera, and it's kind of but it's taking itself seriously, even though it's so ridiculous. And so the way I would describe it is the tone of Naked Gun or Airplane, because it is a detective movie with a little, influences from even The Big Lebowski. The guy wears a bathrobe all the time, but little thing. That's not a big Lebowski. It doesn't rip off a lot. But I just paying homage to the greats, I guess. So yeah. So but it's been just man, this is embarrassing. I'm all over. Yeah, Toxoplasmosis. Yes. So I found a way to incorporate it in the film, and it's just been fun. Yeah. I'm gonna if I don't go on as many tangents long, I'm less likely to go off the the deep end here a little bit. But I do want to say my second mantra. Can I talk?
That's what I was going to bring you back to. Yeah.
I say just go full off the deep end, Jim.
What's that?
Just go full off the deep end. Let's just go there.
Thank God you guys are so kind.
Don't
so every
peek
time
over
this
the
happens,
edge.
a lot of it is the nerves. I was joking, the family, they've been hearing how excited I am the last few days, and I've been so I'm really excited. That's part of it, tiny part. But the second mantra is, you guys ever hear of what they call the shark on Jaws? The nickname for it?
Oh, Bruce.
So what I love about the Bruce part of the story of Jaws is the freaking shark wouldn't work. And so every day the shark wouldn't work, is they would basically find a way to shoot around it and make it interesting. And ultimately, by not showing the shark, it was actually ended up being much more suspenseful, much more interesting. And it ended up, so take the challenge, and because the irony with filmmaking, I guess like a lot of things in life, the thing that you think is going to be so easy ends up being a nightmare. The thing that you think is going to be so complicated is super easy. And so, you know, the Bruce principle, I've called it the Bruce principle. And so anytime I've had like a really crazy, silly situation happen, I'm making a way I look at it, it's like, oh my God, I get to do the Bruce principle, but I get the ultimate no rules. Because number one, I'm making a surreal, crazy, you know, part campy, you know, in part you can like see the seams of like, you know, the effects and stuff. And it's like it's a future too. So anything that's ridiculous, and say, hey, we never know, it's the future. So it gives me so much credence to do whatever I freaking want in terms of, as long as it like works for me and it's funny and it fits the tone or whatever. So like I get to use the Brutes principle. So whatever like mistake comes at me, I find a way to make it, you know, make a better, funnier version of that. And it comes up like daily, weekly, because there's always a challenge. And I go, what can I do with this? How can I make this better for having it? And I think it's there's a great book that I read. It was super influential. Robert Rodriguez's One Man Crew. You ever read that guy? Anyone here read that?
No, I haven't.
It's really amazing stories. I don't know if you ever heard how he got his first break. Well, he had this whole plan where he was having a ton of success making short films, and El Mariachi. And so he basically decided, you know what? I'm ready. I want to make basically like a test to prove I can go through the process of making a feature, just to then maybe show that to like people to maybe get to money millions first. And so he literally donated his body for science over the border in Mexico for a bit, so he could raise enough money to like make his first, you know, feature film.
Oh,
and
wow.
so yeah,
That's what I'm going to do with Troy for Arbor Day.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of principles.
Do what you got to do, you know?
You got to do what you got to do. So he had a lot of principles that I now like live and die by. And like, for example, there's a lot of people that don't make stuff because, no offense, and I'm only saying this to kind of like give them, you know, maybe a different way of looking at it, is they're kind of sitting at a coffee shop coming up with ideas of stories that they're never going to get a budget to make. And so his thing was, don't write a thing that you got to find the money in. Take things that you might have in your life that maybe are randomly high production value. So he had this tortoise. You know, to get a big tortoise, that'd be hard. That's high production value. So, all right, I'm going to work with this tortoise. And then he had, sorry for this is just I can't help myself. This is a little horse foot.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to work with the tortoise. And
what is
the horse foot?
A little hoof.
Yeah, I can't help myself.
Why do you have that?
Well, I have the little, like, actually, better question is, why do I have the hands?
Is it a back scratcher?
No, I should use a practical reason. Yeah. But all kidding aside, this is a true story. And I honestly think I just do this for the joy of it. I have a hand on me at all times. And for example, I was at a restaurant. I was at a restaurant. I always forget the name of it. I love it. It's like very natural, pretty, you know, as far as I know, it's natural. Who knows what the hell they're doing with it? But it's really good food. It's just like, what's it called? Who cares? Doesn't matter. So it's like close to closing time. And they're like, I'm the last one. I can see them close. And I'm like, hey, do you guys, anyone need a hand? And they're just like, huh? And then I just like, and so anytime anyone's doing anything anywhere, I just offer it to them. And it's usually kind of, I was like, no, especially I like to do it in a situation where it'd be really like kind of weird to give them a hand. And then I just give them a hand. And so here's the thing. The joke's undefeated. It's never not worked. It's undefeated. I'm sure it's going to not work sometimes, but hasn't yet.
Reminds me of like Raul Julia and the Addams Family with the lend a hand thing.
Yeah.
Those kind of moments.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so
like,
fun.
You know, people that get your name tattooed on them and they're like, I have your name tattooed on me.
I love that. That would be the only tattoo I would ever get. I love that so much. Steve O did that. I love that joke. So good. So good. But you know, this is the thing. Funny thing is, like, I was always a dad joke oriented guy. Then you had kids, and then you guys, are any of you guys parents? So they send the dad manual. I don't know if you guys know that. So I get the dad manual, and there's a section for dad jokes. So the day you become a dad, I had a whole catalog. And so, for example, like, this is just nonstop. They run this. And like, you guys know how, for example, to tell if it's like a regular joke or a dad joke, like the specific criteria to figure it out?
It's like a pun.
No, when it becomes apparent.
Wow, that one took me a second to even It didn't even register with me.
I did not make that up, but I wish I
That
did.
was a pun.
I credit the person who made it
There
up,
you go.
whoever it is. Yeah. I was on a
Well,
point to
well,
somewhere.
Good night,
give it to
everybody.
James.
Good seeing you.
We'll give it to James Balsamo.
Can I
he's
show
got
you
a
what
lot of
else is in my bag?
Yeah, yeah. Do you carry the whole bag around or just the hand?
Honestly, I've unfortunately usually if I was preparing this more, well, here's my bigger hand.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Honestly, I
You're
have this hand
You're like
because I
the
have
carrot
two,
top
so I
of
can
filmmakers.
flat. What's that?
You're like the carrot top of filmmakers.
Well, that's not a bad analogy.
Or like
You know
Mary
what? I can't find it, but I have a little cat puppet, and the idea in that, and this is going to be a real groaner, is I I talk about, basically who would kid? It's just, no, I shouldn't even tell you. No, I got it.
Manicorn's becoming very puppet heavy, so you should be happy.
I've always been a big puppet guy. I'll let the cat out of the bag. I've always been a big puppet person. Honestly, Sesame Street and the Muppets are the most, it's probably my biggest influence.
Mana.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. There's so many puppets in it. Arbor, let me connect those dots earlier. So, Michael, was been like a, basically like an Obi-Wan figure, to use the Hero's Journey reference. So he has me submit to Bust Underground, then he involves me with Darling Pet Monkey. So they're making that movie, and they say, well, listen, oh man, I feel bad for any audience member that was trying to figure out I was going to go here, and they're like, that wasn't mine. So
It's become a drinking game now. Did you have that on your bingo card?
Boy. Yeah. So they're making Darling Pet Monkey. Oh, sorry. They want to find an animator. And so they figured they'd use that as story as one of the stories. And they figured they'd start with that story to then sell it, to kind of present that to other folks and have a bunch of different, maybe directors. It's my understanding. I could be wrong on the details. And so they're for years, they're trying to figure it out. And then it's after the I Owe You One Banana and Two Black Guys music video I made. They said, you know what? Michael approaches me at Boston Underground. He's like, you know what, you make cartoons anyways. Why don't you just do your thing to the story? So Tim Tatum had sold the story on NPR, and he's just a great storyteller. They had his audio, and then for a challenge, I want to do my first. It's not. Some would say it's not stop animation because I'm not like taking pictures and moving on, but it's like how my version of stop. I'm basically animating photos in After Effects. And so I have my sons play at the time, and the kids that were very close in those ages. Diana Porter was amazing as their mother, and then I played like 15 roles between like a bunch of ladies and monkeys and all kinds of stuff. But so Michael had me involved in that, and then that one had. I'm going to sound very braggadocious, as the kids say right now. No one says braggadocious. I'm like freaking kidding. But that was my first one that had like really kind of crazy. I can't say this without it being egotistical, but here we are. It had a lot of film festival success. It played at a lot of really cool festivals that I never would have dreamed of. Like, Sydney Underground. It won an honorable mention there. It played at Fantasia, which just blew my mind. It was a dream come true. It won at Boston Underground Film Festival Best New England Film during the it was like the COVID year. It was on. They had that on Nightstream, which So
yeah, that would have been the same year that Umbilicus played.
Yeah. So all right. So now Michael invites me to that. So I get into connection to Boston Underground. Now I have now I'm on my quest to make my first feature film, and I'm like a couple weeks into trying to crack the story. I knew I wanted to use the short film Manicorn about a commercial parody about a guy who takes the wrong mix of cough medicine. It's on YouTube. You just search Manicorn and look for that. You can find it. The feature couldn't be a commercial parody, so I figured it could be it's going to be a noir film, and I'm working on the ideas. Maybe it's a heist noir. I'm trying to crack. I'm trying to figure it out. And then Michael, who's just obviously he's an amazing artist in so many different areas. He had posted about it. I think I want to say it was a fellowship or award he won in the writing world. And so he was in the comments, I'm like, oh my God, congrats. And then I kind of desperately said, that's awesome. Help, please, and exclamation points. And he was so kind enough to be genuine and to say, you know what, he just offered to help. And so literally it was just one of the most amazing experiences where for the first couple months, what would happen is he would write a ton, and then I would change an ad, and I think it was just so I had to watch him, and it's such a powerful endorsement of mentorship, because when you don't really know a path, when you watch someone else and you do it with them, it's everything. And it's like the value of offering that to others, of asking for mentorship. Most people will, if you ask them, could you mentor me? anyone who's kind and has an ego loves to do that. Like I love doing it. So, but when you have the opportunity to do that, and now like I watched him, so like the first like, the first draft was just gonna go for it. It ends up being like 128 pages, but like the first 30 pages or 50, 60 pages, I was like, he's kind of like writing most of it. I'm like, I have a little bit of insecurity, but then he had to go away to like, I think it was John of Us, whatever, one of those festivals. And I just cracked, like once I just got over it. And then all of a sudden I wrote 30, 40. My only point is I couldn't have done this if I didn't want to do it. So at the end of the day, it was like basically literally probably all the good stuff is his, but it's like, it was like a 50-50 effort. And he literally, it wouldn't have happened like that. And it would have been the thing it was without him. And so
just real quick, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, that's how I got involved in movie making is through Michael and Sophia. We made the short film Umbilicus together, and and then we did Once a Future Smash together, and then that's why really the main reason why Arbor Day went from getting like a little short silly film that we were going to make, me and Troy, once he retired, to become a feature was Michael offered to come out and shoot it. And
awesome. The Obi-Wan connection. So ironically, here Michael is this Obi-Wan figure to me in the hero's journey, and now I'm kind of playing an Obi-Wan type figure in Arbor Day, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's why he's Owen. It's very
That's
much
hilarious.
Obi-Wan. Yeah.
Can I before we talk about Arbor Day, can I say one more thing just to kind of pull the dots and connect?
Talk about whatever you want. Yeah.
The second person that happened with, honestly, if I'm being honest, it happened 3 times. Because that's just crazy that I said 2. And I'll give you this. I'm not just saying this because I forgot to tell my wife. The night I met my wife, I went to the bathroom. I said I was going to marry her. So it did happen with her. So that was the 3rd time. But the first time, the second time was Michael Epstein, and then the 3rd time was I'm at Boston Underground Film Festival on the first day, and I just see this guy with long hair, with a beard, going upstairs, and he just kind of gave me a quick nod, and then I'm like, whoa, I have that feeling again. And like, this guy's gonna be really important. So that guy happened to be Phil Healy. And so Phil Healy is one of my best friends who he's acted in my stuff. He's been helping me produce there. He's part of Boston Underground. He knows my kids. They love him. It's my wife loves it. I love his wife and his his family. It's just weird. I'm not saying it means anything. It's just cool and weird. I don't know what it means, and all I can tell you from my heart, these are genuine stories. I'm not like reinventing history, but it's just interesting,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Phil's another really good guy. Go on, Tara. Sorry.
I like your stories, and I don't think you sound like you're bragging or anything. You're just talking about your life experience, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's kind of you, Tara. So my wife's name is Tara as well. Where are you from?
I'm from Arizona.
Now, is that where you live now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How'd you meet these guys?
Oh, that's a funny story.
I
want to hear a restraining order against.
Is it okay to hear it?
But
I'm gonna like try to compress it into like 1 minute. Okay, so I was making these short films, and it was a challenge where we made a short film every 2 weeks, casted, scripted, and filmed. Like none of it was planned out. Just 2 weeks. Yeah. Every 2 weeks a short film. We ended up making 22. Anyways, I was like looking for podcasts that talked about like filmmaking, and I came across Without Your Head. Wow. And I was like, whoa, I was like listening to all the interviews, especially with like the makeup artists and stuff and the production designers. Yeah. And one day I just like wrote Neal an email, and I was all, fuck it. And the same day I found his number online, and I'm sorry I found it, Neal.
I remember you called me. I actually never knew how you found my number, but yeah.
It's like a creep like me could find it. You might want to hide it. So I just called him out of nowhere, and he's like, hello? And I'm like, oh, hi. Can I come on and talk about my short film? And he was like so kind about it. And then I went on before it was video and had such a good time. And then ever since then, we became friends. So that's how
we stayed in touch, talk all the time. And then just recently, Tara became part of the show. She'd come on on and off all the time. And we just would, chat about whatever. And so it's been a good fit on the show, though. It's been really fun.
She's just one of those people you just start talking with and just everything clicks.
Aw.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
right.
meetings. We have like professional meetings now for Without Your Head. Me, Troy, Tara, and AJ about a lot of cool projects. And Tara has some great ideas for some cool stuff that we'll be doing.
Oh, look at that
That
dog.
deserves
Yes,
the
she
tummy
just,
rub
she's
again.
actually, my dog Scouty is one of the co-stars of the film.
Nice.
You know what they say about working with dogs and children, right? And so I'm, of course, working with my
What?
children and my dog. But
What'd you say?
she doesn't, for the most part, she was kind of a challenging actor for whom if I'm being completely honest. But I did have I did have a puppet made of her. Well, it was technically wasn't a puppet. It was there's this company called Cuddle Clones, and they basically make replicas of your dog.
Oh
And it
wow!
takes a lot of time. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
And
What?
so I should go get it. Do I have anyone in the house? Ben, it's pretty hilarious. Ben, could you do me a huge favor and get the
There's me
scout
and
puppet in the
Jim at
basement
a
green screen
festival.
room?
Oh, what?
That's awesome.
Do me a huge favor.
That's
That's
me
you
and
guys?
Thank you.
yeah, it's me and Jim at Boston Underground
That's
Film
hilarious.
Festival.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that picture. We both look so different. We look like different
I
people.
know. Yeah, I know.
That's
It's weird.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw it was kind of once I looked it up years ago when because I've been making this for 4 years. I look it up and I'm like, damn, like it probably be if I could. So basically, they had two versions. They had one that was just a big plush toy, and they were pretty great. I didn't know how. So I don't know if it'd be a scam how good you could make it, how good they make it, I should say. And so I'm like, wow, these are looking pretty good. And I look all the variety. Oh boy. And so then here's my son Ben here. Oh, thank you. Probably not gonna get him.
Little
But
Ben.
so Ben's got like 4 rolls. I don't know if you can see that.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
And so
Yeah.
I put some
That's
sun in.
puppet envy.
I put some sun in it to get the colors a little better. And I had it like basically
Oh,
into-
that's
That's really
tremendous.
nice,
So I
yeah.
love
yeah.
it.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, yeah, isn't that funny? So you can't come back now, but it's too late. You're gonna hurt the camera. Yeah, so I basically here's again. So back to like the Bruce idea. It's a silly, crazy, surreal comedy. So if it doesn't look exactly like it, it's honestly here's like if you remember in Evil Dead 2, you guys have seen the movie, obviously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember
Many
there's
times.
a moment. If I was going to try to capture the spirit of my films and ironically, I didn't see Evil Dead 2 till like 5 years ago, weirdly.
Wow.
But if I was going to try to like summarize the spirit of my films, there's a moment in Evil Dead where just between shots, it's just like a transition shot where it's like the most obvious miniature ever. I guess it plays well. And so I don't know if that's a genre of comedy, but it's kind of like what I'm doing, which I think is really funny sometimes when people are like, well, those effects aren't very good. I'm like, you're right, Bill. But it's just like it's obvious. It's like I don't know if it's a genre, but it should be. And it's kind of like all of my stuff. There's a lot of like I use a lot of toys. And here's the other thing. I personally can make the case on why filmmaking is the best therapy ever. And can I make the argument?
Yeah, let's do
Absolutely.
it. Let's hear it.
Now here's the real catch. If you want to do it for income, it's probably the worst argument for you to make.
Uh-huh.
But I'm saying the way I do it, which is I work for basically either like some virtual tomatoes on YouTube. Typically is how my past has been. But it's why I think it's the best therapy if you do it without the idea of making money. Is so I've always been a like in a lot of levels I've had a kid spirit, but on every level for all of us that typically starts waning and dying. It's just kind of the human process for most people. And so it's kind of funny the accidental way I got into this stuff. When cell phones started having like little cameras, I just couldn't help. Who am I kidding? Maybe there's something deeper and sadder and dark in there, but I do like being the center of attention. It's shocking to hear. If any of you guys have seen my incessant posts and dance videos on Facebook, but there's a part of it that's that, sure. But like there was no part of me that was creating or doing anything in that sense in the world in the year 2007. I started like goofing around making stuff with a cell phone, but then when I met a really close pal of mine, Rob McVarish, I go by Bobby, who's like just like kind of another Obi-Wan figure who I was goofing off making these little kind of silly things, and then he just edited and put them together and made it something like really kind of crazy and cool. And then once he did that, you guys ever see the movie Brigsby Bear? It's a beautiful movie about like what the joy of filmmaking. And so it's like literally like a fireworks. It's like, oh my God, we can do this. We can just make movies. And so the moment that light went off, it was like, now I can just make movies. Meaning, like, I can just do this. There's no rule. I can just go do this. And so the moment that happened, I'm like, I'm off. And then so the first ideas I had is I want to do a superhero parody. It's all these things are on YouTube. But I want to do a superhero parody called Earthquake Man. And so this guy, where anytime he looks at the sun, he causes earthquake. It's so ridiculous, and he becomes like dark and everything. And it's honestly me just with it's ridiculous. But it's like 2007. It's like I didn't start using green screen for like a few years, and so it was so freaking fun. And it was like a new feeling was formed in my belly. I'm sure, Neil, you can relate to this. Like the first
Oh
you're
yeah,
really doing
100%. Yeah,
it's wild. It's wild. And it's like it's like a whole bunch of like I don't know how to call it, butterflies and excitement. And I don't know if everyone gets that, but I certainly did. And so, then I'm off. But why I say it's like how it's so good for your mental health is you truly, especially if you make movies like I do. Maybe honestly, maybe I'm thinking about this. Maybe you just have to make goofy, ridiculous movies for your mental health. Actually, I did be very specific here. Maybe this advice isn't very helpful. I'm probably talking to an audience of about 13 people here. But if that's who if anyone knows these 13, pass this along. When you're seeing the world through the lens of could this be a film? All of a sudden, I just became an artist overnight. And I'm a big believer. Artist is not about what you make, meaning how good it is. It's about the intent. It's about sharing like the human experience. And so I became an artist. I was artist when I was a kid, but in 2007, November, when I became an artist overnight. So I saw the world through an artistic lens. And so now I go by sunsets and things that would happen, it's foliage. I just didn't care until that day. And then from that point forward, I like started crying at sunsets, and I'll see a toy that's disregarded. And I'm like, oh my God, like that could be, I could spray paint it like this metallic gray and it would be like a weird, like futuristic, like flying car. If I put this, it was like, or a gun, any kind of like Nerf gun. If I spray that like gray, that's like gone in my film. So all of a sudden you're literally like that kid who's finding whatever in the house to use as a toy. That's my life. And so can you imagine like how, I'm not trying to say, look at how happy I am. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to say, if you can find that thing, and I think film's a great one. I get to live the world like every day as a kid in that sense, you know what I mean? In the best possible way. So, but I have to say, I do think creativity is chicken soup for the soul, whatever that is, whether it's, and
I
think
agree 100% with that. Yeah.
yeah, and I think the reason why it doesn't happen, sadly, is it's because of that idea. Art, there's two schools of thought on art, and I'm very on one side. One is about, well, that's not art. Like the banana on the wall is not art. Art is, listen, whatever you think, the banana on the wall is not. It's fucking art. It is what it is. It's about the intent, and whether you think it's good art on the other end, that's a whole other conversation. But I'm of the firm believer, art is about intent. It's about sharing the human experience. The more individual, the more specific you make it to you, the weirdly oftentimes the more universal it is. I'm not on that other team, because the problem with that other team as well, in addition to them sadly just being wrong, they don't encourage people making things unless they're good. Sometimes you see this in the creative community. They don't want to invite people in because they say, oh, it's hot. It's this. It's like, it's kind of discouraging. And then if you make something, I dealt with this a lot early on. I still deal with it in some ways, where people are like, well, why are you doing this? And I'm like, what do you think you're going to be in Hollywood? What do you think you're going to be? And so people are saying if it's not good. And so it's the same kind of thing. And if you're of the perspective, it's about the experience and it's about connecting, it's about having fun, and it's about that, you can't lose. And so it's like, it's just the other side is wrong and it's broken. It's like, it doesn't help. Whereas if you just look at this as just like, it's so much better than scrolling through TikTok, for as much as I do that. I'm guilty of all of that. But when I'm ever, instead working on my movie, I feel great every time. And so when it's like taking a pill that just makes me feel great every day of my life. That's gonna be the saddest part about finishing, is I don't get to work on it every day. And there's gonna be a lot of work that's just, honestly, I don't like that work. I like the part afterwards. I love is sharing it with the audience. I love that. I'm really bad at the logistics because I say it's just me. I've had, folks who are helping with acting, and like JB Sapienza, basically I wanted, for the toxoplasmosis part of the story, I wanted to set it up because it's such a weird thing. And I had the idea of using like in Jurassic Park to set up the DNA. They use the cartoon. So JB Sapienza is a wonderful cartoonist. I had him do a cartoon version of that. Took like 3 years. He just finished it, come out amazing. So it's been just a wild, surreal, amazing experience. And but the hard part is like just all the logistics and setting everything up, and it's kind of just like me in a lot of ways, you know. And so it can be overwhelming, and I don't really like the logistics. I just want to work on the thing, so that can make it hard. If I was smart, I'd probably get help on that front. But it's just been awesome. Thank you. I've
Yeah,
just
no,
rambled a lot, but yeah,
I
sorry.
think you are really smart, and don't listen
Thank
to naysayers.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Tara.
No matter who you are or what you do or what industry you're in, there will always be naysayers.
You're right.
And you know, it's like, what are they doing?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, what are they contributing except for just talking shit, literally?
yeah, which is a big part of the internet.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's like, at least you're doing something and you're like contributing to the world, you know? So I think
Well,
you're
it's
right.
kind of you.
You sound like a very smart person. It's like,
Thank you.
and I know this is weird, but I'm a history major.
Love history.
And Julius Caesar said that what makes an intelligent soldier are people that look around a lot.
Mm. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And they find stuff to spray paint into.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
You're always paying
Fine.
attention to a lot of stuff. You notice a lot of things other people don't in general. You know,
Mhm.
and if you find beauty in trash, I'm not saying
Oh yeah,
it's trash,
that's a
but
good point, because a lot of times when I'm walking, I'll find just something that I find interesting, and I'll post
Yeah.
it on and maybe no one gives a shit, but I find it interesting. Or
Yeah.
and
No,
also
that's
what
always
you
neat because you always find some cool shit that way. You know, Neil's brought home a bunch of things like
well, yeah, I have one right here,
driftwood and
actually.
things like that, and he's
I
like,
found this
check
on the
this thing out.
I found
That's
this on
so
the
cool.
beach, and I could be maybe it's a leg off a table, but in my mind I found it washed up at the beach, and I'm like, I think this is a peg leg off an old pirate.
I
that
love
washed
it.
the- washed
It's
the shore.
cursed. Get rid of it, Neil.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
You have the
Oh.
curse now.
Because I think it's in the family. Can I tell another quick story?
Yeah, of course.
So did you guys Tara, and if you see my short, the one I'm probably the most, well, it's definitely the most personal. They used to call me crazy. So it's basically my wife Tara had this is my dad's compass, and why she had it basically made into a necklace. And I used to call him. My dad passed away in 19. He was my hero, great guy. But I used to call him my compass because anytime I would go to him in life, like I would go to him for direction. And so, you know, he passes away, and so my wife has this, you know, turned it so I could kind of use it on a necklace. But I bring it up because the last short I made before I decided to go to feature, and I think a lot of it, my reason for deciding to go for my first feature was because I felt so artistically satisfied through the process of the film I made about my dad. I love. I can't help myself. This one I won't have as much insecurity about pushing telling this story, because anytime I can share his story of the world, keep him alive, it's a good thing in my opinion. Especially if you knew the guy. My dad was a big smoker. So, you know, one of the only gifts of losing your dad, in my case, gift's a weird way of putting it, but because he was such a heavy smoker, and he wasn't, you know, in my opinion, didn't take care of his health super well in terms of his diet and exercise. I was scared to death from 8th grade in 1988 until basically for the rest of his life that he could go at any second. So that is a very kind of scary thing. But what the gift that gave me is I treated every day like it could be his last. So, you know, I'm living in Wanatown, he's in Whitman, and of course, you know, my mom and dad, and you know, I was less worried about the help, but it's obviously beautiful to see the both of them. But you know, that family dinner, I got to get there, or going to the movies when he said, hey, the new whatever's out, and like I'm gonna make I gotta find time, and I love the time, but like it was kind of that who knows kind of period. And so, you know, I had like the deathbed conversation like in 2008 at my wedding, you know what I mean? Like, so meaning like the kind of thing, sorry, my brother's bachelor party, you know, and I told him all the things that I would have said then. So there was nothing on any, and then he got to 72, which is not, I'm not saying that's like old or anything, but like, I honestly had no idea he would make it that long. And he got to such a point where I was like, maybe he's just going to live us all. But so, well, you know, it was actually, this is a really kind of hard time of year for me in general, because it was like 2018 is, you know, this time is when I found out. And so, you know, I found it was a very brutal experience. Basically got stage 2 lung cancer, and, you know, it's like 2.5%. So the blessing of it is it allowed us to really do amazing. Like it was kind of like every like couple days he would have people over, different, and do it, spread it out. It wasn't all at once. And he would like take care of his things. He would give people who tell stories. And so one night, so he had me, my wife Tara, my son Luke, and Ben go over the house, and my aunt Nancy and her husband Greg. And so, to pause on the story for a second, my dad had a pretty wild life. When he was he grew up in Everett and then Quincy, and sadly he's the oldest of 5 kids, and his dad passed away when he was 45, and so he was kind of like the man of the house at 15 years old. And his mom, being from Ireland, didn't have her license. She had never had she had jobs, but it was like she was all of a sudden now, he was he had the Chris, she was raising the kids, and so now she had to figure it out. And so it was a really kind of crazy life. So my dad, while being like the now dad of the home, he was also, before that, and still, he can only change someone's a little bit of a hellion. And so, stealing when he lived in Everett, quick, fast story, the bananas, he stole a cannon. He stole a cannon from the city of Everett. And so he stole a cannon. There was like a wild police chase. It's like, craziness. And all of a sudden he walks in, he runs into this cop. He has no idea about big a deal this is. And so he runs into this cop, and the cop, he asks the cousin, what's going on? He's like, some kid stole a cannon. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, huge deal. He's like, whoa, wow. And then then he says to the cop's like, well, what do you think they're going to do to the kid? And the cop says, well, if he brings it back, he won't get in trouble. And then she says, are you sure he won't get in trouble? So he brings it back. He gets busted for that. Huge trouble. So he tells me that they used to call him crazy. This is growing up. They used to call me crazy. They used to call me crazy. And he loved telling stories, but we would ask why. He's like, he wouldn't tell us. And so I'll tell you when you get older. I'll tell you when you're older. So he's always saying, they used to call me crazy. And we're waiting. And finally I turned 18. I was like, Dad, I'm 18. Like, tell me the story. He's like, I'm not telling me. And then like 21, wouldn't tell me. Then I'm like in my 30s asking him. He's drunk, won't tell me. And so, all right, a couple weeks after he gets the big diagnosis, we're at the house, and we're all sitting around the dinner table, and he's a hilarious guy, amazing story. He's like, you know why they used to call me crazy? And I'm like, oh, here we go. So he told 45 minutes of the most ridiculous, crazy stories. The cannon one was another one. I mean, I can quote 5 off the top of my head, but he had a theme of some of the stories, which I kind of called like the cause oriented. And so, for example, when he was 14 years old, he used to work at the church in Quincy. I can't remember which name it is. And he would sell newspapers on Saturday and Sunday. So there'd be like 5 masses a day. And every day and every mass back then, it was a different world. People would put their keys under the seat. So he would take a different car during mass, 14 years old, drive around town, sneak it back where it is, exactly where it is, and just going for joyrides. So he's pulling this shit. He's stealing his mother's car. He's got like his friends out. He's running into his aunt on the road. It's absolute chaos. We are dying laughing. It's like the best sitcom ever because and so maybe the worst violation of trust ever. I decide, early on, once he goes, I'm recording. I'm putting my phone. He doesn't know I'm recording, but I'm recording. So this is the one part of the story is the most complicated for maybe your audience. But it was a judgment call, and I decided to go. So I'm recording, and so he tells these stories about cars, and then I'm deciding, So then like years goes by. This is 2018. I make the Darling Pet Monkey movie, which was I had a lot of fun. My first kind of movie doing like stop animation on some level, and I said to myself, it was also my first documentary with like a narrator, and so yeah, not only my first time, this is also my first documentary. I was trying to think of my next idea, and I was like, you know what? I have those tapes of my dad, and kind of like the Tim Tate story, they were really funny. And if I could just have him tell the story, we'll just use that. Even though we're laughing and everything, and it was actually the original audio because his voice is pretty raspy. It was really hard. My friend Bobby cleaned up, somehow fixed the audio, which a lot of people couldn't understand. That's a whole other thing. So he basically, I decide. So I have this audio, and I have all these amazing artists in my family. And so, for example, I had my aunt Nancy who was there tonight. She drew all these like amazing landscape in a church. Actually, my wife drew the church, I think, but just all kinds of crazy backgrounds and all like beautiful stuff. And then my wife Tara drew like church. She drew like kids skating. She drew like tons of stuff. She basically was the co-producer of the whole thing, like every day helped me, and just tons of stuff. And then my son Ben drew like cars. My son Luke drew random extras. My nephew is like an amazing artist, and he drew my father. Took a picture and drew him like exactly when he was that age. Like we had this picture of him, when he's like age around 13, and then I like found a way to like kind of like widen this cartoon, make him look older a little bit. And so we had all of these family, and we had all these drawings, right? And then I took these drawings and using After Effects, I basically just animated them. And so I took my father's story, and then I took all of these drawings describing all the action. And I just basically turned into one cartoon. And it's the one short I made that it's so funny because I make really, some would say like Muppets on Acid is my regular stuff. It's really surreal and crazy. But this is the only film that I've made that I think like kids and grandmas would like. It's the only film I've made that I actually think it would be work amazing as a TV show or a series. And why I think it would is every family has these crazy stories that just get lost in the ether, and they probably have a great storyteller. And if you could do, and here's the interesting thing, why I'm proud of the film, is there's a real wide variety of artistic styles. And I think it works. Listen, you could be the judge, but I don't think it's like some, would think, well, if that person, his quality of art is here and that person, I don't think, especially if you know the intent of it, you don't have to know much of the setup. It's like, it is what it is. I think it makes it work. And so every family, it could be stick figure drawings, but have every family help tell the story, is their story with their art. I actually think it could be an idea that like could work elsewhere.
Well, that would be an amazing series, I think.
Yeah. Because it's all specific to the families. You know what I mean?
And it stays so personal too, with like everybody doing like the artwork and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. And so I had the experience, and so it was fun. Wow, it took me like a year and 3 or 4 months to make it. It was a very weird, therapeutic, wild experience spending that much time with my dad again to this film. And then the coolest part is because of COVID, it had the festival parts was kind of quirky at the time, but the first time I saw it was an audience was at another amazing guy in this world is Skip Shea. And so Skip Shea, Skip, guys, right? He does the Shawn Shea Film Festival. They're raising money for it right now, by the way, just to be aware that it's a wonderful foundation. It's a sad backstory where he had 2 twin daughters. One of them sadly passed away from a car accident, but she was a really unique, amazing soul. And so the festival is just like a wonderful community, and they raise money to basically to mentor young female filmmakers, and they've really given a lot of really cool, amazing artists. And so it's one of the best most important parts about film is finding community and finding friends in this world. And Skip, just like Bob's Underground, it fosters a great creative community. Where it's just if you ever have a chance to go and you're local, if you want to get into this stuff, you just want to be around more people like this. Part of the challenge for me growing up is I'm into a lot of stuff. I was into sports, but I didn't feel like there was anyone that was into this stuff. I'm sure they're out there, but it's just kind of hard. And like when you don't know where to start.
Yeah, and because I think we're roughly the same age. There wasn't internet back then, so I didn't really know other people that like Basket Case and like these weird movies or.
When you go to these festivals, the friendships will happen. You know what I mean? You'll start meeting these people. And so Skip Shea's got a great one there with Shauna Shea. There's just it's awesome. How is the creative community where you are, Tara?
Independent community?
Yeah, like the film community. Is there a lot of people you're connected with there?
Yeah. There's a really big like underground community. Like you wouldn't know about it unless you knew people.
Cool.
And there's a lot of like independent theaters, and like one thing I would say about Arizona that's very unique is it's very secretive. Like
I feel like probably a lot of communities are like that. You have to kind of, if you look around, maybe you could find like the weird indie community.
True. Yeah, like there's a lot of like underground shows, and everything is just like very hush hush. And there's a lot of really cool people out here making a lot of cool stuff, and it's weird because it's like our summer is like everyone else's winter.
Oh, interesting.
So the summer, like I'm in the summer right now, you like don't go outside. It's very closed in. We have like monsoons. We have desert storms. It's like 114 outside.
Oh.
Hi, Todd. And then it's really fun because when it starts getting closer to October, all of a sudden everything just starts blowing up. Events, people contacting you, and then in August and September, you set up all of your shoots, you set up all of your events, and then by the time it gets to October, November, it's just crazy till like April.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, when everyone else is in winter and slow, that's when it's fast in Arizona. So yeah, it's a great community, but I will say it's really fun because like I've never been around people from the East Coast before. And so like watching, you and Neil and Troy and stuff and like all these filmmakers, I'm just like, wow, like I've never been around people like you before.
That's funny. I wonder if it's just a character cult. Say that again.
Oh, I was saying I'm 100% like a West Coast person. Like I've never lived out there, or I've never been to New York, or I'm actually terrified because I'm afraid that everyone will just yell at me because I don't like know the rules,
That's not how you gotta fold the pizza. They just
I come from like a place where it's like there's like 3,000 kids in your high school,
Wow.
So it's like it's just a different culture, but it's so interesting seeing all of you because I feel like I'm like almost meeting people from like a different country,
That's hilarious.
So Jim, I don't know if you know, but Tara's gonna actually come out for Arbor Day. She's she's gonna play Lunadette, actually the main villain of the movie.
Oh, fun! That's great. Interesting. So, what do you hear the Boston accents with Neil and I, Troy?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
because you guys don't say Tara, you say Tara.
Can I share a funny
I think Jim has more of an accent than I do. But go on, Jim. Yeah.
I got a funny Comic-Con story from a couple weeks ago about me meeting McLovin, if you will. He's awesome. From Chris Mintz class. Yeah, and so I meet him. Honestly, I was going to try to pitch him to come to Manicorn thing. I always shoot my shot. I looked at I don't normally pay for this stuff, but it's kind of an equation I do where I say like, all right, if there was ever a person that like theoretically I could whatever. So McLovin wasn't super expensive. I'm a big fan of his in general. I love role models. Well, anyways, I meet him and he actually asked if I was Australian, which I don't know why, but I was so complimented by that. I don't know why you'd be complimented with someone thinking you were Australian. But here's the irony. It just makes me so happy. Like, yeah, I'm not Australian. I don't know why.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Crocodile Dundee. Don't sweet talk me, Neil. I love that film. I'm a supporter of the first one. But so I hear Australian, and fascinating, it's not the first time. Truthfully, I've heard it quite a bit. And so truthfully, the top 3 things, my accents that people assume I have, number 1 is Boston, which makes sense because I'm from Boston. I have a Boston accent. Number 2 is Australian. Can anyone guess number 3?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
The number 3 most common one is they ask if I have a speech impediment. That has happened, which is I like to punch in, right? If I'm not punching up, punch in. I want you to laugh at that. I laughed, so I want you to laugh.
Yeah, I don't want to get dark, but I had a bad speech impediment when I was a kid.
Actually, now I'm sorry.
Which is no. I mean, honestly, I think that's why I don't really have the accent.
I don't make. I'm making light.
I kind of taught myself. And when you asked Troy if I was like always like a good actor, but in my high school yearbook they voted me the quietest. Which I don't even know why you vote on something like that. Like,
why have such an award?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's oddly specific.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
and also it's like you shouldn't have awards that might not be considered compliments.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like. Yeah. And then a few years ago when I was walking, I saw the girl because they pick a man and a woman or a boy and a girl at the time in your high school, and I saw her. This was just a few years ago. And she's like, hi. And I didn't think about it. I was like, oh, we should have got a picture together going like, or something like that.
Hilarious. Yeah. Man, those superlatives. Did you ever, this is the wildest one. I don't even think it's true, but I heard it. You ever hear, for example, when Sylvester Stallone was voted?
No.
Most likely to end up in the electric chair, which the real question is why the Sorry, Larry. Fuck,
Yeah.
does that high school have a superlative for most likely to end up in the electric chair?
That's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
cool, though.
It's
I
cooler.
might, honestly, I
It's
think
honestly
like,
cooler than quietest.
Yeah,
I think
like,
that's like
that's
an
cool.
internet hoax thing, to be honest. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
That can't be true. Like, what high school would have such a superlative? But I've heard it. It's out there.
And then every few years, they're like, "See, we were right."
We were
This
right.
guy-
I mean, it's crazy to think.
This guy got electrocuted.
Oh, sorry. Now I know where you're
This
going.
guy went on to be a murderer, and now he's
Oh,
dead.
no.
And, yeah.
Turns out we were right.
Yeah. And they put his.
Oh no.
They have a whole display like in the lobby.
So what's the current goal for shooting starting on Arbor Day?
So the spring now. So for a few different reasons, people left or whatever. But it's really hard to shoot here in the winter because it'd be cold because a lot of it's gonna be outside. And the summer's terrible time to shoot on the Cape because the traffic's horrible. So it was always the fall or the spring. And then when I started doing the puppet, and that really kind of like what you're saying, like when I started making the puppet, like I just not only do I think it came out cool and people liked it, but it was a really good experience.
Yeah, it was
fun, and I'll be down in the basement here. So I got this way to the show. I made like a workshop on the other end of the basement to make the puppet, and I'll be down and I'll look at the clock and be like 7 a.m. It's like, oh shit, I've been up all night long doing this, and I don't even realize it because I'm just having a good time. And then I'm like, why not just make all the supernatural creatures in the movie puppets?
Fun.
Yeah,
so fun.
And Troy's made a lot of stuff, so I think it's gonna be really fun.
Well, it's honest, like I said earlier, it's like being a kid. You know what I mean? Like that's like little kids love doing that stuff.
Yeah, that's really how it came up. Yeah, because Troy retired last year, and then Troy's like, I always wanted to make this kind of stuff. So it's been a really fun experience. It's fun to see people, kind of like you were saying, not necessarily that I'm not mentoring Troy, but it's fun to see, my brother having a good time through something we're doing together.
Well, the weird thing is, this is the sad part. We should be just playing with toys without a reason, but it gives me, I guess part of it is like, it gives you an excuse to be doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like, it doesn't feel as weird.
And then Troy
I'm not saying
makes
it's weird at any level. You don't try to say, at some level, it's like, hey, I'm working on a movie. I'm making this ridiculous thing because I'm working on a movie.
So this is like, this originally, Troy made this as the Neal Golem. So it's like, it's my intestine that was removed when I got sick.
It's all bits of Neal that have been taken away.
Yeah, my belly button there with some hair on. It's very gross.
That's great.
And so originally Troy just made this for the hell of it, and then it inspired me. I actually wrote this into Arbor Day. It's actually a part of the movie.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't know I'd enjoy making fake intestines so much. It's a good time.
Who would have thought?
We have a video of us jumping rope with the giant intestine that Troy made.
I got a weird question. So our AC, we have a weird issue. We got to get it fixed. Is how obvious is my sweat here?
Oh, I didn't even notice, honestly. I think the light there, it takes it out.
Is it very bright?
Let me see closer.
Am I overly exposed?
I can't see.
Yeah. Is it hard to see in general? I was trying to figure out the light.
You had a good tan going. I like it.
What's that,
David?
I just thought you had a good tan working.
Ha! Too funny. Nice.
David's Jim, you're killing me over here. Great show. I heard from Michael Epstein earlier. He was in the chat. He's actually he left us to go see Toxic Avenger. We'll allow that, but he's having a good time. He
Michael's
said
a great man. Tell Michael to tell Sophia I said hello, of course. Yeah. They're getting more and more pups as they go here.
I know, and that would be very hard for me. For people who don't know, Tara, if you don't know, they adopt older, dogs that have, a lot of health issues. So usually, they go in knowing they probably won't have them too long, but they'll give them a nice, last few years anyway. Yeah. And I think that's amazing to do. It would be very hard for me to do.
I wouldn't be able to do it though.
I know.
And so, the last time wasn't the last time. The time before I went out there. And so at the time they had the 2 dogs, and the one dog didn't like anybody. They were like, "You got to be careful." I was Rose because she snaps at everybody, and she loved me.
Oh, really?
And I was like the first person that she really loved, and then I think after that she actually liked the other people that came into the house. And so that made me very happy.
Yeah, that's
usually animals like me.
I love dogs.
They're the best, aren't they?
Oh, they're so good.
They're little Buddhas. I mean, they're always present. You know what I mean? Like if you can't be. They're always here right now. You know, it's little reminders of that. You know.
I just
Yeah.
got a puppy literally yesterday.
Oh,
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
God.
That's awesome.
good luck.
I've never owned a pit bull puppy before,
Oh, boy.
and they're
Oh,
little
wow.
They're
monsters.
sweet. Yeah,
Like he's really sweet. He's really
Yeah.
cuddly.
they're
He's
adorable.
gonna get huge, but like he is like a baby, you know, where you have to
Yeah.
watch him every second. Like the minute you look away, you're like, oh my gosh, he pulled something out of the trash, or he's lifting the carpet up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
like
like
having a-
Troy when we were kids. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. It's like having a newborn that has like razor teeth that can outrun you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
love owning pit bulls because they're such good protectors, you know.
They're sweet dogs. Yeah, they get a bad reputation, sadly, I think.
Yeah, see, all my children have 4 legs and a tail.
Ha! You have how many, Troy?
3 dogs, 2 cats, and a tortoise.
Wow. How old's the tortoise?
She's 9.
Oh boy, that's a big commitment.
Oh
How
yeah,
old-
yeah,
Don't they live a long time?
yeah.
100
We're
plus,
gonna
right?
will her to the nephews.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's so wild how long those tortoises, and I'm always really fascinated by some of these animals. Like the one, like the one was born, like they have at the zoo. I think it was 18 something. They can live. It's just crazy how low they can live. You know?
Oh yeah.
Did
You
you
see
guys?
some of them, like some of those Galapagos, they don't even know how old. Maybe 150 years.
I think the shark's the same way because they've been following that one shark and they
Yeah.
think it's like 700 years old or something. It's insane to think about.
Can I share a story I tell weekly? My favorite animal story, if you don't mind. I can make it quick.
Yeah.
So I learned it.
Yes. I love
Yeah.
animal stories.
I got a
So I
kitty
learned this-
saying hello now.
This is if you can YouTube this, the rabbi on the lobster. Okay, so the idea on the lobster. This is what I love about the story about the lobster. It's the story of the lobster is really a story about how all big things in life come with us getting really out of our comfort zone, and they're all scary. All the good stuff in life, you have to go through things that are really hard and scary, and that's the crap. But whether it's raising a great dog, having a good partnership, having a good marriage, having a good friendship, making a film, learning anything hard in life anything that's worth getting in life is really hard. So the story on the lobster that this rabbi tells, it's so beautiful. And so I don't know if you're aware, the lobster is an external shell. Like, so it's like, we have our bones inside, their bones are basically on the outside. And so when the bone doesn't grow, it doesn't grow, that external shell. So when that lobster is really small, because they can get really big, they can live for extremely long time. Usually what gets them is predators typically. But so when they're too big for their shell, what they have to do is they basically got to crack open. It's very uncomfortable. It's like really tight, and it's really hard when they're outgrown their shell. And so what they then have to do is they got to crack out of it, and now they're extremely soft. They're very vulnerable, and so that now that big tough lobster could be eating very easily because it doesn't have the chance. So what it's got to do,
Yeah,
it's
like
got
a
to
soft shell crab. Yeah.
yeah, it's got to sneak into a cave or crevice and hide. And it hides until that shell grows back. So that shell grows back and then it gets bigger. And so this is the process. And so as the rabbi tells the story, so if that lobster went into the doctors and he says, hey, I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm feeling discomfort. And, in our system, it does, well, here's the Xanax and here's a Percocet, get on your way. But literally the mechanism of action of growth for us is pain, is discomfort. It's like we are the lobster, but we gotta it's hard to remember that when we're going into these big things. But I always do like to remind people of that, remind myself of that. Whenever you're making your first feature film now, it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be discomfort, but be the fucking lobster.
I like this.
Be the fucking lobster.
I like that. Should be on a shirt.
Yeah, we should make those shirts, and we'll credit Jim. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like that. By the
I
way,
love that, Jim.
Thank you.
Todd wants to know what is the puppy's name.
Oh, we actually haven't named him yet.
All right.
Oh.
He's only 10 weeks old, and we got him last minute. But we're trying to find an appropriate name. First I wanted to give him a sweet name, but he's such a devil that now I'm thinking of a Satan name to give him, Thank you for asking.
Yeah. And your other dog's Tweak, which is on. You can also follow Tweak on Instagram.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Tweak's a little crackhead, you know. Like
I can't imagine a lobster. It seems so cruel. They're good. I'll have to say that they're very good.
Yeah.
oh, I agree, Todd.
Yeah. But on
Yeah.
the same idea though, isn't it cruel if you start thinking about like killing anything is not the nicest
It's
thing.
complicated. Yeah, my
Yeah.
youngest is both my kids are my heroes in many ways, but my youngest, funny story on that front. A few years back, about 4 or 5 years ago, he's 13 years old. So this was like he's like 8 years old, and he comes to us. He loves animals, and on his own, comes to us says, "Mom and Dad, I'm going to be a vegetarian." And so a lot of parents could go different directions with this. Because as a parent, it's can be a real challenge to now cook differently from
yeah.
one child. And we're not saying I raised the right way, but the way we looked at it is like, listen, this is like maybe a possible important moment from like kind of like teach him about sacrifice. We'll let him try this. If that's what he wants to do, we'll let him try it. But it was really tough because he loved chicken finger and he loved all this stuff, and now all of a sudden he can't eat this, he can't eat that, and so and he was having a lot of like cheese and stuff. So I don't know how much it was kind of like. I was wondering like how he maybe needs more protein and stuff. So it's like we're into this year, and it's a really hard year. And then he comes to us and says, "Mom and Dad, I'm not going to be a vegetarian anymore." And we're like, and then he goes, "I'm going to be a vegan."
Oh,
Boom.
wow.
So he's been a vegan ever since. And the irony is like he probably hate me saying this, but all the stereotypes, he's in really good shape. He's put on muscle, like all the stereotypes of what a vegan isn't. He never gets sick, like ever. Never gets sick. And so weirdly, like just by osmosis, nature, just what's around the house, I've been exposed to much more. I eat way less. And now as I've gotten older, I had to cut out for cholesterol purposes, I had to cut out red meat anyways. And I'm basically I had to cut out cheese and dairy. So I'm like,
Oh,
he's like weirdly very inspirational to me. I mean, not weirdly, but it's been fascinating just because it's like it's not like it is like when you really think about it, it is some if you do really love animals, it's especially
Yeah.
sometimes the way they do it can be it's obviously often very cruel. I'm not making a statement on like shouldn't
Sure.
eat meat or whatever,
No.
but I think any one person is not though. It has its own impacts on some level. So I'm proud of my son. Ben.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Honestly, when I'm in LA or when I was traveling with Michael and Sophie with the movie, if you're in an area, especially like LA, like all the vegan food's great. So it's not
Yeah.
like depending where you are, like if I'm around here and I'd go out to eat somewhere and you'd want to eat vegan, you're probably just gonna get like a salad. Like they don't really have like much
Not
options.
a lot of options around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly I mean I love to eat meat, obviously I do, but at the
Yeah.
same time I'm a big animal guy, so I get it,
It gets complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people, it's fascinating though. It's like one thing to have a take, but then some people get angry for the anti-take, which is fine to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Way more people get angry that other people are vegans than any
What do you
vegan
feel?
has ever
So
said
weird.
said anything. I only know one vegan in my life that has ever said anything to me.
Yeah.
And all the other vegans they don't really care what you do.
Well, you know what I told my son Ben is I said to him, listen, I'm in sales. I'm in the business persuasion. And so early on, he's a young kid at the time, and he's kind of, young kid. He's like basically not lecturing, but he was kind of he was upset. He was passionate about it. And he was, my opinion, he's a kid, was like maybe not coming off in the way I would want to if I'm him to get people to eat less meat. So the case I made to him was like, listen, bud, I'm in sales. If I walk into my customer and say, "You idiot, how could you not be buying my product?" I was like, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's over for me. So you got to play the persuasion game, pal. So, just listen to them, talk to them, ask questions, like maybe just like offer insights and like here enough, it's really, I feel like he's very coachable. And so he's like, he doesn't like give people a hard time. He doesn't keep people crap. And, but like he has an influence, like I eat less meat because of it. My wife eats less meat, my guy Luke eats, he still loves it, but Luke's awesome. Yeah, both of my kids, the best part about making a film for 4 years when they're in their teen years is every year they age, you got to have them play a new character because they look completely different. So I've had them play like ridiculous amount of stuff. Luke was in my short Manicorn. He played the kid of Corn and also Pigman Zeef. And that character, Pigman Zeef, is actually back in this, so he's reprising that role. He plays a couple of characters on camera, and then Ben's playing all kinds of stuff. That's been the fun too, just getting to work, make it with your kids, it's awesome. And your dog. Too bad as talented as my wife Tara is, she's not like good for her. She doesn't need to be the center of attention like her husband. So she's.
So
I guess there's gotta be a yin to that yang,
And when I see your son every year at Buff, and he's like, obviously as he ages, he's bigger and so. And then I remember at the last Buff, I was like, man, every year I see you, you get older. And and he said, well, so do you. And I was like, at first I was like, it's kind of insulting, but I was like, well, it is kind of a dumb statement. Obviously, you get older every year.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
They're smart, good kids. I'm very lucky. Yeah, they're both. All right, I'm gonna be that dad. They're both great actors. I swear to God. And I'm not just saying like, my youngest, he as fifth grade, he got one of the leads in the school play, and I told him, listen, bud, that's not normal. And then he's had leads every year. And my son Luke didn't do play. He wasn't out in theater until as a freshman, and he got cut like 4 roles in the fall play. Then he became one of the leads as a freshman. So I know I'm being that dad right now. It was a musical. They're both. I'm just so lucky.
Nice.
They're really talented. They're great kids.
So how far along is Manicorn? Like, do you have like a time frame?
All right, this is exciting. I probably just only because I hate to be that person, just because the kids will be getting to bed relatively soon. But this is a good way for me to do a send off, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I try not to go too long because I just don't want to be too loud as they go to bed.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but oh man, so 4.5 years in, right? And the plan was 3 to 5 years, and so but when January came around, I was like, all right, I got to really get dialed in focus because I've been kind of loosely hoping to last year. Like it's really about if I can get into the Boston Underground deadline, which is around January 1st. And so as of a week ago, I needed 16 pages to go. And so I felt like I can do this because 70, when I say to go, basically not completely locked, but it's really all there except for some sound and some music. But it's like the hard work is all right there, and I can kind of button that stuff down once I got it all there. So I had basically all of 93, 16 pages to go. But so this story, I'm hoping it won't make me cry again here because I've already cried once time or borderline cried. I think we can check the tape, as they say. So I shared a Facebook story about this, but so I have 2 people playing my parents. One of them is a guy named David Graziano, who's like a wonderful, hilarious, talented guy, lives in Rhode Island, who I actually met through Adam Carbone, who's in the film, who's a crazy, wild filmmaker for him. His buddies, Ryan is from Cranston, Rhode Island, as you remember, if you saw the Manicorn, who's also, both of them were in it. But so he introduced me to David Graziano, who plays my dad in the film. And so I had him do my stuff before, but I get all the way to here to say, so I shared a Facebook post about this where my cousin Maureen Kerrigan, she was my dad's first cousin. I met her in I want to say around 1985. And so she's like the real freaking deal. She's had speaking. So her first role was she was Big Smile right next to her in the opening scene of Diner. But then she had speaking parts in the Goldie Hawn movie Protocol. She was in speaking part of Pelican Brief. She won a regional Emmy. She did down in where she lives in DC. She did literally Anita West Side Story in Moscow through University of Harvard. The same guy who wrote West Side Story. She played John Bernthald's mother. So this is my cousin. So that part of the story I didn't know John Bernthald back then. But so she's telling me these stories, and I'm like a kid in rapture. This is my cousin. I'm meeting her for the first time. So I'm hearing all these stories. She's amazing, and she's so kind, sensitive. So and over the years, she's in part of these productions, and I'm like, this is wild. And I'm not making stuff till I'm 35. So then I'm 35, and then I didn't even have the dream till then because I wasn't making stuff till I was 35. So 2007, I stopped making stuff, and I said to myself, imagine if I could ever work with her. And so I shared one of the video clips she did from when she had a cool part on Homicide. She's just a freaking amazing, talented, awesome person. And she's the real deal. This has been her career. She's a singer of it. So I imagine if I could ever work. But she's I'm making silly stuff in my basement in Muppets on Acid, if you will. It's a ridiculous production on a lot of levels. It's team of one here. And so how am I going to get a profession like this? So over the years, and then all of a sudden I'm writing this film, and there's a part for my mother. And so, at the time, she's a little younger than my parents, but she's in the age range. And I said to myself, I'm just going to go for this. And so it was a little awkward because she lives down in DC, and I just reached out to her. She's been very supportive since I started making stuff, really kind. And I'm a big believer, and I wasn't always like this when I was young, as Neal talked about when he was more shy. When I was insecure, when I was younger, it was hard for me to be like this. But the older I got, the more I had the motto, just shoot my shot. I'm going to shoot my shot. And luckily for me, rejection, whatever that part of the brain that controlled shame, I got it. When it comes to like public shame and embarrassment, when it comes to rejection, mine's just like really small, I think, because I'm not saying I'm not, rejection doesn't bother me a little, but I think I got a pretty good thick skin on that side of so I figured I'm going to shoot my shot. So I asked her, like, this is like 4 years ago, and she told me she was interested. She had me read the script, and she absolutely shocked me. She had completely read the scripts, had the most amazing insights, and made me realize things about the film that I didn't realize, was beyond enthusiastic to do it. And then for the next basically 4 years, we were just trying to figure out how the hell are we going to do this? How the hell are we going to do this? Because, like, you know, how am I going to get her up here? Whatever. Long story short, we've been trying to figure it back and forth. Just 8 pages of hers. And so I needed 16 pages to go. And luckily for me, the 8 pages I knew, I've been working with green screens since 2010. If it's a page of like heavy action scene, flying stuff, it could take a month to make 1 page. But if I got 2 people talking, and even if I got flying cars in the background, I can bang that out. I think I can bang these. When I say bang out, meaning the best I can, but not take 3 months to make an 8 page. I can do this in like 3 weeks or so. So because she was such an amazing pro, I thought it'd take us 5 or 6 hours to get through her 8.5 pages. We did 3 of every take. She freaking memorized every line of 8.5 pages. She's doing this the kind of stuff. She's flying all the way from DC. She spent years just developing the character. I think it's the best part of the movie. It's freaking nuts. It's a crazy unhinged performance. She's playing basically my mother. My character Manny, he's on this detective case. And so he had a dad played by David Graziano who's no longer with us, who was kind of really hard on him, and his mother was really hard on him. It's a really sick and weird twisted plot. And in the plot, my character basically, I'll blame Michael on this, especially if there's a lot of blowback. This is Michael in many scripts, especially if it's controversial. This is all Michael. Basically he was in the womb. He hogged the space, as his parents always remind him, and killed his twin brother. So he's got this weird. The mom had the brother that died at birth. Basically, it's got like teeth in it. It's this crazy, weird, nasty. And the part put so hopefully cartoony enough, it's less offensive. I'm doing for the post lips. I'm doing the praying symbol. Hopefully, it's not gonna really disturb people. Because I'm gonna make it a comedy. But like, this mother is a freaking lunatic, and so at once, it's almost like she's doing this ventriloquist where she has this puppet, not a puppet. It's like it is a puppet, but I'm like pretending it's like a baby that it has like teeth in the eyes and it's all red and weird. It's just ridiculous. So she goes back and forth between in her voice and then the voice that has the puppet in a weird way. Like, it's hard to describe, but like she pretends he's real and he's really talking even though she knows he's dead. And she constantly blames my character for like basically like, you know, you hogged the space in the womb. He would have been a success. And so he's really tortured by his parents. He's kind of like beat up by society, and he's like, but he keeps moving on and he's got this case. And so I filmed her 8.5 pages in 90 minutes because she freaking killed it. And so I'll be about 8 pages to go here, I think, in about 3 weeks. And so from that point forward, I'm really optimistic. I'm going to have this done by the 1st and have it submitted by Boston Underground Film Festival, their deadline. And so that would be the goal. No, you know, who knows if it gets in there, but that's when I'll be submitting. And so then I would anticipate, knock on wood, festivals wise, I'm hoping to anticipating best case scenario if it gets in a place like Boston Underground in March. From March on is hopefully if it has any kind of festival run, and then we'll see from there. But I already freaking won. I won. I've had the time of my life. It's been a dream come true making it. I'm not saying my taste or anything. I love this movie. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be great. It's going to be like a big party. I mean, I honestly would love to. I think this could be like a midnight fun thing that we go to and just have a good time. And listen, like a monkey, I'll dance for you guys. If you aren't friends with Facebook, I will dance for you. And it's unfortunately I didn't give enough space to dance for you guys tonight. But I'm really excited to share with the world. We're getting there. It's 4 years in. I'm almost there.
I'm super excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For many reasons,
Thanks,
just as a movie fan, but it's also cool that it's your first feature film. there's
Thank
so
you,
many people I know from Buff and not even just Buff, but David Maggot McDonough's in it. No relation to
Oh
Jim
yeah,
McDonough,
there's so
but
many people I apologize that I didn't. I love him. He was freaking amazing. And there's so many people I'm gonna feel bad, and Joe Wolin, that were part of this that were awesome. That I'm gonna feel bad that I didn't mention tonight. I have to say. And I hope they hear that part if they didn't hear the other part. So,
yeah. So yeah, no, this is very exciting, and you're welcome on anytime, Jim.
Oh yeah,
It
you're
doesn't have to
part
be
of
every
us.
few years.
Yep.
So yeah.
well, I always wanted him to be back, but it's kind of a weird thing to just show up and for him to hide to say like, hey, can I come on? But I'm excited to be here, and I'm hoping as we get closer, yeah, why not come on? And like I really want to
Yeah.
hope to start as I get closer to build the the awareness. It's honestly kind of part of my all right. Yeah, I have a weird kind of habit of last year or so of making. I read a study that dancing beats antidepressants and exercise combined in terms of your mental health. And so, unfortunately, for the rest of my family, I like making dance videos in my backyard for three reasons. I love being the center of attention. It's good for my mental health. But the weird secret reason is the tricky part for me as a guy that like was making a short a year. Not that like there's a big audience out there. Part of me like I was thinking if I can kind of, especially online, get people to engage with that, and then I'll kind of then start kind of getting the Manicorn stuff out there. It's just kind of gives more of a way of engaging with people on like online, I guess. But yeah, but
What kind of dancing?
it's not good dancing. It's very I call it honestly I call it more performance art. But if we connect to Facebook, it's either TikTok. I put basically the real raw, good or bad TikTok. If I'm not embarrassed enough, even though they're the ones on Facebook and Instagram are not they're embarrassing. But it's usually TikTok is usually something similar as like my underwear might come for a second. It's the rawest and most ridiculous. But then Facebook and Instagram is a little bit more curated of my dance content. I'm doing a serious face because I'm talking the most ridiculous subjects. If you can't see,
I love dancing. I love dancing, and that's like one of the best forms of exercise, in my opinion.
I always loved it growing up as a kid. I would secretly dance in my room to the Footloose soundtrack and Michael Jackson Thriller, but it was like a weird thing to grow up and I would dance at the dances a little bit. And then I would like when I was single, I'd go dance and stuff, but I lost dance. It would only happen at weddings, and I'm bringing it back into my life. And I honestly want to take a dance class to my wife first for the fun of it. And we just got to get to it. There should be people should be going out and dancing more often. I believe that.
I think so too.
We got to bring it back.
Dancing is like the expression of the human spirit.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh, let's look.
Oh boy. I gotta say, it's not as easy watching you guys wash it. That's a little bit of a different experience.
And this is why you have to watch the show.
You're a good
This
dancer.
also why you have to watch the show. I agree. This is also why you have to watch it live, because I'll probably have to edit that out after the show, because they'll be like, Lionel Rich will be like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
I'll have to cut the audio.
Well,
Lionel Richie, his
that's
spies
what
are everywhere.
it will be out there eventually. How long can I expect I'll be able to share the on-demand version of this?
Oh, it'll be on as soon as it's over. It'll be on YouTube automatically.
Oh, so you don't have. Oh, this will be. You don't have to take out the edit of the Lionel.
No, if I edit, I will say YouTube's really cool with that now. It'll probably get flagged, but you can literally just click a button and it will cut that like a few seconds out.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
And it won't be a strike or it. They're actually. That's one thing they've gotten a lot better with. That in language, so they're getting a little more.
Man, too bad you couldn't cut out all my brain lapses, but that's part of my personality. Who are we kidding?
Maybe in a year.
Oh, it wouldn't be the same.
You probably just have ADD.
Oh, do I ever? So yeah, I think ADHD has me.
It has you.
Oh, this was so much fun, and I can't wait to be back to self-promote. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, of course.
I've had a lot of fun. This has been awesome.
Yeah, and so a big thing that Tara's added to the show is she's come up with some themes shows coming up that won't be like the traditional interviews. So if any of those are something you'd want to be part of, you can always jump on for those too.
Oh, I'd love to. I appreciate it. Awesome.
Yeah. We're doing a clown party show September 18th.
Exactly.
And so there's going to be more themed shows, hopefully, every couple months. So if you ever want to join any of them, it'd be great to have you.
Well,
Unleash
here's the
your
truth.
inner clown.
Maybe we
I
could have like
mentioned-
a dance
Yeah.
one, huh?
Well, I
Oh,
mentioned I
that would
have
be
2
awesome.
mantras for the film, right? We talked about the 2 mantras of the film, the Quentin Tarantino quote and the Bruce principle. My mantra for life is I'm always down to clown.
You want to see a real? It's only 20 seconds. We haven't played it yet on the show. Here is the promo that Tara made for the
let's
clown.
go.
Oh,
Amazing.
shucks.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's pretty
cool.
sweet. Yeah.
I love it.
Totally
That's amazing.
badass.
Great work, Tara. I love your cinematography. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
Fun
She
stuff.
set the
I'm
bar
excited.
awfly high on us, so.
I'm excited. I'm happy.
Yeah, now
You're
Troy and I have
welcome
to try to
addition
do one
team
for
here.
next week. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fitting great.
We're gonna be
Nice.
shooting way more promos like that for shows. So Jim, if you ever want to be a part of one of our I guess specials, huh?
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Neil and I got our makeup today, so
Fun.
Yes.
be
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, like we're all gonna be in clown makeup, and we're gonna be
Wow.
playing a game wheel. It's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
I've got the wheel over here. We're gonna spin the wheel, and there'll be different games depending where the wheel lands. So it'll be a good time.
Sometimes timing can be tricky, but I'll be in if it's something I can kind of do remote or something or whatever. If the time works, I'm all in. All in.
Yeah,
Sounds
and you
fun.
won't have to be on the whole one. You could just come on for
I'm
for a few minutes
excited.
if you want
I'm
to.
in. Just
All
we'll
right.
Hey, you
find
know
a way
what'd
to
be
do it.
fun? It would be fun in January to do like
Nice.
a devil's dance party.
I'm in for that. That sounds like
show.
my speed.
Neil's gonna have to teach me how to dance before then.
I'm gonna paint myself red and have like horns, you know?
Oh, nice.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and you can have
Love-
your satanic dog can come on, and it'll be
Oh
good time.
yeah, I could. We
Hilarious.
just all dance and like play freaky music and play the game wheel. That would be fun.
Sweet. Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm in.
You're gonna
All
be
right.
on the show, Jim.
Let's
Devil's
do
dance,
it. Just let me know.
pinky
All right.
points.
You guys are the best. Have a great night and thank you so much. I
Good night,
appreciate you guys.
Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Always a
Take care,
pleasure
guys.
to see you, my friend.
See you guys.
We'll play the Manicorn trailer a little bit later on in the show.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. See you guys.
100%. See ya.
Bye bye.
I can kick you out if you like.
If it's easier.
Oh, so I'm glad that you got to meet Jim. I knew you'd like Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Jim's great.
Oh, he's so fun.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I'm meeting more people from like Boston and there's
Yeah,
some
see, so by the time we do Arbor Day, you'll be fine. You won't
Yep.
be afraid of all the East Coasters.
You'll have your Boston accent down. You'll be good to go.
Yeah. Who's Jim playing?
Jim is playing Owen, which is sort of the Obi-Wan Kenobi character. He's the mentor of my character Steve, who will teach him the way of the feels.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for the movie.
Yeah. So you two guys are very much at odds. You have been like long-time rivalries. Your
Me
character,
He's like your sworn
Lunadette
blood enemy.
Lunadette and Owen, exactly.
So it's like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan.
Exactly. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh. Is he like a ancient person too?
He's a human, so he's old, but he's not like hundreds of years old.
But he has like history with Lunadette.
Yes, yeah. So he's actually going to play. So part of the cool thing with booking it, casting him is that when he's playing Owen in modern day, he's gonna wear like the white wig and stuff. But then when he plays Owen in the flashback scenes, he can just be himself.
Cool.
So I won't need two different characters. Yeah.
And
Oh my
if you
god,
see-
I'm so excited.
If you see Neil Short, Umbilicus Desiderus, it's Jim that's making fun of him not having a navel when he shows off his own belly button.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's a short film. It's a documentary about the loss of my belly button.
Where can I watch it?
It's
It's
on
only
YouTube.
like 4 minutes long. I
Yeah,
think.
so I'll
Right.
send it to you after the show, and you can watch whenever you like. But Jim is in that, and
Yeah,
Troy.
when you see the guy making fun of Neil not having a belly button, that's Jim.
He's the belly button bully.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it is based in reality. I do not have a belly button.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Me and Adam do not have belly buttons. Me and Adam and Eve.
Could you like get a star tattoo where it is or something?
I probably could. So what happened was
that'd be kind of neat.
I lost my belly button when I get sick, which is weird. But it's a documentary about the loss of my a documentary about it.
I want to see it.
All right, yeah, it's very fun. That was my first thing that played at festivals.
Really?
It's so good too.
Well,
It's
yeah.
so good.
So, yeah, it's very fun. Thank you, Troy. And Troy's great in it.
Neil?
I mean, I could play it on the show, but I'll send it to you if you like. By the way, I saw it was Anthony Chobot's birthday.
Oh,
so happy
birthday, Anthony.
Happy birthday, Anthony!
His birthday week. All right, week. I'll give it to him. If it was like his
Eat ice cream and cake.
Yeah,
exactly.
better.
And I do have an announcement. 2026 is my birthday year.
Ooh.
Your first what?
My birthday year. So celebrate my birthday all of 2026.
I like it. Make that announcement.
8 weeks in a month. I'm just going the whole year.
What's
Hell
a birthday
yeah.
year?
Birthday year. Yeah. But it is a big birthday though, because I'll turn 50 next year.
Oh,
so
okay.
it is a big,
You're entitled to the whole year then.
yeah, the big 5-0.
You're level 50 in a video game. That's
There you go. Yeah, I'm like the level 50. I don't what class. I know you because Tara's also a RPG person. So what? Tara would be a barbarian or berserker. I know that's what she likes to play.
You know what? You're totally right. I feel like I'd be like a half dwarf, half elf, barbarian berserker.
A dwelf.
I dig
Dwelf.
it. I dig it. I could picture Neil being a ranger, maybe.
That's what I used to play a lot when we played
See that,
D&D.
Troy? Yeah, because he's very like perceptive and like observant, you know.
And
so
I am out in the woods a lot too. On my
what
walk.
would Troy be?
Get the beard for the wizard, but
yeah, maybe like some kind of wizard. I got the
user?
Gandalf beard, so yeah, I go with that.
What
I
kind
like
of
having a staff
wizard?
with me and stuff. Maybe
A
a
necromancer?
necromancer. Yeah, yep.
Interesting.
I love necromancers.
That's always cool. And then I can have like Alice Cooper's "Cold Ethel" as my theme song.
So
You're all just killing orcs, and that just works.
I forget what board game it was, Troy. It was a fantasy board game, and our friend Mark Cavoni, I like to use people's old names, but he always called it Killer Orcs because the first time we played it, because each person had like their own little army, but there was also independent orcs that could kill people. In like the first round, the orcs killed him, and then he just had to sit there for the rest of the game that took hours because he was dead. And he was just like, I'm not playing the Killer Orcs game anymore, is what he always called it, Killer Orcs.
Wasn't Hero Quest, was it?
No, that was like I think this was an Avalon Hill game.
Oh, probably. With 10 million pieces.
Yeah, it was like the little cardboard cutouts instead of actual like figures.
Have you ever played D&D?
Oh yeah, we grew up playing D&D
for a million years. Yeah.
So Troy was the dungeon master when I was a little kid, and so I'd be playing with him and his friends. So we played. I think we were playing 2nd edition.
So like the Dragonlance stuff.
Oh yeah, that's some great stuff.
I love those. Are my favorite books of all time.
Dragonlance Drist is good too. If you ever do like Drist the dark elf.
Actually, I literally do. I'm literally reading, right now, 1,000 Orcs.
Oh, nice! That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a great series too.
Oh, I love the dwarves. Basically, I just read R.A. Salvatore for Drist and the dwarves.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's all I read it for. And, and the dark elves are fucking badass. Like the series where it shows like the prequels, right? Like Homeland and Exile and how evil they are. Sorry, I'm getting really off topic, Neil.
No, go. We like it.
And Guinevere, you'd like Guinevere, Neil. That's his what kind of cat?
Guinevere, it's like a Black Panther.
You'd like her. She's wicked cool.
What I'm trying to find something that actually goes along with what you're saying. So
Oh,
So
those
I don't want
books
you to think I was not paying
great.
attention. I'm actually trying to find something that
No,
actually
it's
goes along with what
okay.
you're saying.
But Troy, I'm so glad you know about
Oh, yeah.
Dragonlance, and I'm so glad you know about the Drizzt Do'Urden novels. Like,
Yep.
oh my god, I've been reading those since I was like 13.
Oh yeah, such a great series, and like it's been years though. Like I haven't read them in so long, but
I
like
love
I just remember his two magic scimitars and all that jazz.
yes. I love how he describes the action scenes and the gore.
Yep, yep. And just his characters are great too. Like you could tell he's an old D&D player and stuff. Like because a lot of those like they flow through kind of like an old module or something.
Yeah, it's like whenever you read the inventors of modern fantasy, like Tolkien and like I don't know if I said his name right. Sorry, I was trying to sound fancy. I
No,
usually
everybody
call
always
Tolkien.
pronounces that one differently anyway.
Like, how do you guys say it?
Usually,
I always say
Tolkien,
Tolkien, but I know I've heard people say Tolkien, but I don't know.
Tolkien. There's like Tolkien, and there's like Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman.
Oh yeah.
And
I think my all-time favorite's probably Michael Moorcock. He did the Elric books. He started out back in like 1960, and
really?
like if you ever see, it was big on Netflix, The Witcher. It's a wicked rip-off of Michael Moorcock's old Elric books.
Really?
Yep. So if you ever, I think the first one is Elric of Melniboné, and he's the first guy I ever saw. Elric, ELRIC, and it's MELBINOE apostrophe. But I think he wrote like maybe 12 books in the series with Elric. But Michael Moorcock, he's still kicking around now. He still does the occasional story. He's great. I'd love to have him on the show.
Have you ever read Dune?
Oh yeah, that's some of my favorite jazz too. And then the old Fritz Leiber stuff with Fafford and the Gray Mouser. That's some great stuff too.
Oh.
So this was 5 years ago. We did a bunch of like D&D, old school D&D themed like art for Without Your Head, and we made a calendar. So Troy drew. This is like the old Monster Man, not Monster Man, Player's Handbook. And then Troy drew all the monsters. I did the color, and so yeah, this was very much us being.
I love that monster. I love how that monster looks like a medieval devil in hell.
Oh yeah, yep. That was from the old Player's Handbook, and they had. So that's me and Neil on the big statue.
Yeah, so I'm up. Yeah, we're trying to steal the gems out of the eyes, and Troy's like falling down. And
that's so cool.
These two in the front that are the bards. That's actually the two of Nick Cage who do our theme song.
Aww.
So yeah,
that was a nice mention.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. But yeah, we did a bunch of those. Troy drew a lot of the old D&D monsters, and then I colored them in, and we did T-shirts and whatnot. But yeah, we love D&D, old school RPG board games.
I'm so out of the loop now, though. I wouldn't know the rules anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. So maybe we'll play some board games when we're making Arbor Day.
Hell yeah.
Because how I wrote it is the my group, the good guys, are gamer. They're gamers. I don't mean video gamers, but they play board games together every week.
Oh, what board games?
My idea was I actually might reach out to some people and see like if they would like let us use their board games in the movie for like a little bit of money, maybe to help fund the movie. But so I have the I always talk about this game, the Thing board game. I love it. And then there's that I just got recently was House of a Thousand Corpses board game.
What?
So I helped.
Of that?
Yeah, so I helped. I funded it. I was one of the people that funded it. So my name's in the box. I get the special edition
that's
box for
awesome.
being one of the funders.
Cool.
And so my name's in the, and so this one, each player plays one of the families. So you can play as Captain Spaulding, you can play as Baby, you can play as Otis, Dr. Satan. So and you have to go around and kill people in the house and make sure they don't escape. So you actually play together, and you also try to, you don't want them to escape because then they'll alert the law and then the police can come and arrest you. So it's a board game where you actually play in the killers. And then you also you get trophies like ears and eyeballs and spleens. And...
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, maybe we'll play that. And it's made by the same people make this Texas Chainsaw Massacre board game.
That looks like fun when I saw you play it.
Yeah. It's also where you play together, all the players play together, but in that one, you play the victims and you're trying to run away from Leatherface and Grandpa and the hitchhiker. But the other one, you actually are playing the killers.
I would think.
Yeah. But they're fun. The Thing board game, someone may be the thing, and as you play, one or more people become the thing. And so when you're the thing, you have to try to sabotage everybody else, but you want to keep it a secret. So you got to lie and
kind of like Among Us.
What is it?
Kind of like Among Us.
I've heard it's like other games, so I'm not really sure, but it is really fun. And it when you're playing it, you really do get paranoid. Because then you
just
vote,
wondering if any of the other characters.
Yeah.
Are the thing.
Last time we played, everyone thought I was the thing every game, and I was never the thing once. And the first time we played it, we all voted to burn. I forget her name. It was Jeff's girlfriend.
Oh no!
And so we burn her alive with the flamethrower, and because we thought she was a thing, and then she wasn't the thing, and I actually really felt guilty.
No.
Oh, you bastards!
We burnt this woman alive.
You farting bastard.
And then we all get killed by the thing because we didn't have enough people to fight it. So.
That serves you right then.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very hard to win the game. But... Todd, I'll give you a clip of me in dance class in college, 1985. All right.
Cool. I want to see.
I like this.
I think we should have a Devil's Dance party.
I like it.
I dig it too.
And we can watch some of the film I made.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I didn't need to make it all about that, but I'm just like, dude,
nothing wrong with
what
that.
if we watch some stuff from it?
100%. Yeah. So this is me, Phil, who he also mentioned, and Jim there with the green wig on.
Nice. And where was that? Was that also at the Boston?
Yeah, it was at
Underground?
Boston Underground. Yeah, I like this one's one of my favorite pictures.
That one I love.
That's Buff's awesome.
A lot of good art.
Yeah. Let's see here. Vagina Wrinkle. Hello, VW.
Hello.
She offered to help actually with clown makeup, but
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I told her to get her makeup ready. Get it, She can clown it up with us at night. She can buzz it.
Ooh, that would be fun. I'd be down.
Down to clown, as Jim said. So, do you want to watch the Manicorn trailer?
Sure.
Yeah, let's watch it.
All right. I'm going to share a screen so we can watch it together here. All right, here we go. Hey, there's the dog. That's one of Jim's kids. Yeah, I know those guys. The worst actor in the movie. We
I
just
know
saw.
that crazy guy.
Manicorn. There we go. Boom.
So that would be the best if we, if my first trip to the Boston Underground Film Festival and Jim has his movie in there, that would be just the best.
Agreed. I agree. So I saw Bill was asking for the link. I had sent it to him the other day, but he might not have realized. So I resent it to him. But I'm sorry if he didn't see it before. I'm sorry, Bill. Don't yell at me. Don't beat me. It beats me enough.
It'd be funny if he showed up where you were and started beating you.
He just hops on camera.
As long as you get it on camera, it's fine.
Yes. That's always been my motto. Like,
Yep.
you know, as long as it makes a funny video, it's fine. If I'm gonna get beat, make it make it entertaining. That's what I say. So, but if anyone does want to video in, you can do that. So yeah, as Taryn mentioned, the 18th. So there's going to be a lot of games. There's going to be fun prizes. There's going to be a wheel. It's going to be a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
Yeah. So, but to come into the clown party, you need clown makeup. So we're giving you guys some
makeup, no entry.
That's it.
Exactly. So we're giving you guys plenty of time to prepare. Now, you know, as long as it's fun, creative, and clown makeup. We're not saying you've got to be, Hollywood, level makeup.
You don't have to be Tom Savini. Just make an effort. That's all we ask.
A clown costume, whatever it is.
Yep.
Exactly.
Clown nose, little hat, whatever you got.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh.
I got hi.
Hello.
I got this at the Beyond Fest screening in 2023. I love to boast that I saw this movie 2 years ago.
As well you should, because we've been waiting.
Yeah, but Troy, as it's been said, most likely I saw the legendary cut, which was because from what I've heard is in this unrated version coming out. I was like, I don't remember that. So, at least though I got to see it. And
it'll be fun though if you watch it again. Then you can kind of compare and contrast. What the difference is. That's a little different.
And Macon Blair, by the way, loved the review I did for you.
Oh, sweet! That's amazing. And I believe he loved the T-shirt too.
Oh, he was so nice because when he asked my name, I kind of forgot my name. He just said, "Hi, who are you?" And I went, because I didn't expect it. So I also wanted to mention Vinegar Syndrome site is down until another hour and a half.
You know what probably happened? It probably crashed because everyone was going there to buy the new Bill Wheaton Blu-ray.
Well, what it is in an hour and a half, they're going to have their Labor Day sale. So it's going to be this big deal, whole bunch of stuff. They're going to offer old slip covers again that people, weren't able to get. But so if you want to get Sergeant Kabuki Man, their site will be back up at 12:01 a.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. It's a 4K and a Blu-ray. Here's the slip cover.
Cool.
And it comes with a book. And the fun thing is Bill Weeden's interview on it runs about 18 minutes. And Neil, he wore the Sirloin and Dr. Zuma shirt through the whole interview.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm like giddy that I feel like I'm a part of it, So
yeah, so that's a shirt I designed. It's an 8-bit version of Todd and Bill from Psycho Ape 2.
I promoted that in the Vinegar Syndrome fan group. I put up the link to get the t-shirt and everything. And also for your friend, Larry Fessenden, Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh,
I just got this in the mail. I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's Habit and No Telling in 4K and Blu-ray set. The thing is, I think this Glass Eye Pictures has partnered with Vinegar Syndrome. And so I think what they're going to probably do next, if you have the old IFC Blu-ray set that has 4 of his films, Habit, No Telling, Jesus. Well, there's 4 in here, and they'll probably release the other 2 next in a set for Vinegar Syndrome. But if you have this old set, you can get them now.
Hey,
upgraded.
everybody. Hey, Tara. Hey, Troy. Hey, Neil.
Happy birthday,
Todd.
Anthony.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So
How's
yeah,
our little
get your
bouncing birthday boy?
Yeah, Larry Fessenden's the man.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Tara.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
everybody in it.
to
Yeah.
you.
Go to
Happy birthday, dear Anthony.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha, cha, cha.
Thank you, Tara. Mwah.
Now get yourself a nice big chunk of ice cream cake and have.
I will.
All right.
So how's everybody doing? Gonna see Toxic
Good.
Avenger.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
We've been
we're
talking
ready.
about that. Troy and I are going to go see it Tuesday. We were going to go Monday, but we realized it's a holiday, so we're going to go
Labor
Tuesday.
Day, baby.
Yeah, and where we are, there's like heavy traffic.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the city to go see that.
Yeah, people come for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why they come here, but it's a big tourist
They come
area.
to see you, Neil.
They do. This is the town that Neil.
And they bring him pickles.
Exactly.
I'm a fan of pickles, so you can
and
bring
I'm
me
trapped
pickles.
in traffic going, sons of bitches are all.
I
I'm getting a
am the guy-
Fantastic Four shirt.
I'm the guy
Oh,
like
that's
when I
a
go out
gap.
with our Troy and our mom, like none of them eat pickles, so I always eat the pickle off their plate.
Yeah.
Well, Troy, how's my shirt doing?
See, Tara's a smart
We're
lady. She
working
likes
on a
pickles.
bunch of new stuff, and you're one of them.
Thank you, buddy. I feel honored to be with you guys. I'm gonna post it on Instagram. My Instagram's a little choppy right now.
Well,
I'm good.
Spencer Wilding will be coming back to the show next week. Now, he's in England, so I don't think he's going to be able to do the live Thursday show because that's like 2 a.m. for him. But Spencer Wilding, not only was he was Darth Vader in Rogue One, which is pretty amazing,
Really?
but he plays 2 monsters in Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait for Toxic Avenger Monday.
And he was in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Like
120. I can't wait. I'm doing good and everything. I had success rice, chicken cutlets,
Well, there you
Pepsi.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm good.
Good.
And
Good to see you. What's that on
and
your
LA
shirt, Captain America?
Captain
Oh, yeah,
America.
yeah.
When Captain America
Throws
throws
his mighty shield.
all
Me and
those-
Anthony have a
those-
similar haircut.
That's it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Anthony and Todd, the 18th. Get your
Yep.
clown makeup ready.
I don't have any.
You got plenty of time.
You got
I mean, I've
time.
already got a red face. I could just, I don't know.
Get some flour.
Use baby
throw on
powder.
there. Yep.
There you go, baby. Yeah, you can be creative.
Yeah.
Ah, Oh well, that is if I don't. That is if I don't have to work, because if right now
No excuses.
apparently the season is slow, so we get less
It's
shifts.
been cold in New York the last couple of days.
If I
Oh,
get,
God.
yeah,
Where Halloween is open, I went to go see Weapons, and it was open.
Oh, nice. Yes. So this is funny. Troy and I, we went on a trek to get makeup, and we saw these signs, Spirit Halloween. So we drove over there, and it's where the old Bradleys used to be. And so we walk up, and we go to open the door, and then I say, hey, look at that. It says opening soon. So
Yeah, and I
it was
walked
saying,
into the
wow.
automatic door, and strangely, it didn't open.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, so
I
yeah,
can
I
put
had
an
a
upside down
Facebook one
cross on
time,
my
but I'm taking a
forehead.
break until December. Coming back December.
yeah, you can get white paint. You can cover your face in toothpaste.
Yeah.
You can get
that would-
creative with it. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can
I
use
I
red
would love to
lipstick.
be a clown, you know.
Exactly. Red lipstick, anything.
Yeah,
works.
you can
So-
do
I
it.
do have lipstick somewhere when I used in one of my videos. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
don't know, put-
lipstick, then put
And
around
you
your
upside down
eyes.
spin
cross
the wheel,
and-
you
Yeah.
guys can play some
Yeah,
games
there you
with
go.
it. It'll
I
be
can't
used
wait
to
for
scare-
Halloween. And I got some Diane Chops coming up. I got some Diane Chops episodes coming up on YouTube.
nice. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yay.
I'm in my heaven.
This-
Terrifier much this year. I want to get a Terrifier shirt, you know.
So last year, they actually, for the first time ever, had a Spirit Halloween near me. And it was at the,
Yep.
it was when Christmas tree shop
Terrifier
closed.
merch.
Really?
And so,
Really?
so it was, and then so my local news page, there was people like, oh my God, they opened like this where devil worshippers go and witch. I was like, oh my God. And this woman was like,
You guys are the greatest. You guys are the greatest.
She's like,
Anthony, enjoy your birthday, my friend.
All right.
That's so silly.
yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
was
dress
like,
up like a Ghostbuster this year.
she was on there saying like she went into the Spirit Halloween store and like she couldn't believe there was witches and like and like people say, well, what did you expect to see? Like the Spirit Hall.
A panelist on CNN did that the other day. They were talking about how Target's people are shopping less at Target because they removed DEI and all that. But then they always got to have some kind of right winger on the panel. And she was like, "Oh, well, Target was selling satanic clothing."
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's so insane.
You know, and I was just like,
Today's
what,
Power
probably
Rangers Day.
Halloween?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh my God! So they laughed. They kind of laughed at her too. So that was.
I got a little art head. Okay, I want to be like Art the Clown. I gotta let my mom watch the Terrifier movies.
When I first read that, I wasn't really sure how to take that. I got a little art head. Now
When I get a file
someone
stick,
dressed
you know,
as Art the Clown, or maybe just an actual head of Art.
Oh, a little head of Art,
All right.
or some head from Art.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I mean, I wouldn't want
Hey,
that.
John,
I'd rather have
John Red.
Oh, we got John ready.
I'm
Well, we
so
got
excited
Right.
for the clown show. It's gonna be
Pretty camera.
crazy.
Exactly. Everyone's gonna come.
Oh, it's going to be a ton of fun.
show.
Like a hobo clown.
Whoa.
It's gonna be.
Someone
That's
here
a
might be doing
prediction
that.
right there. That's
I'm so excited.
Yep, I'm in the best shape of my life. 42. God bless me.
Well,
Nice.
great. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
And
writing
I'm-
crayon, anything works.
Anything works. If you go on my
Have your face in
Instagram, I drew a picture of me. You know, if you go on my
Nice.
Instagram.
Oh, nice. You
Yeah,
can,
look at
check it out.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say you could bleach your face, but don't actually do
No,
that.
that's
I'm not.
No.
Don't actually do that. one.
Don't
No, I'll
inject
never
either
bleach my
like
face.
a certain political person said.
Yeah.
Don't do
Just
that.
I'm gonna be a
throw some
Ghostbuster this
flour
year.
on your face or something. You'll be
that's
good.
cool.
Catching ghosts like
Who you gonna
Slimer.
call,
Who they
Anthony?
gonna call?
That's
Ghostbusters.
interesting too, Anthony, because that may come into this Halloween here on the show.
Ooh.
Yep.
Shh, shh,
Mhm.
shh, it's a secret. We can't reveal it yet.
People have these predictions. I'm kind of impressed. Like people are looking into the
Maybe-
crystal ball.
Maybe there's gonna be a spooky show in October.
I can't wait. I got some Diane Chop stories coming up, Neil. Diane Chop is like a 900-year-old adventurer.
Really? Oh, okay. I don't know anything about this. Well, that sounds very
Diane
fun.
Chop is a superhero.
All right, cool. Sounds like a Bill Weeden story.
Yeah, Diane Chops is 900 years old. He's married. He had a kid from the future that fights crime.
Cool.
Is this a true story?
No,
I
it's just
hope
made
so.
up me. It's just made up
Oh.
me.
Oh, you made it up.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
cool.
Tuesday.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm interested in this.
Okay.
We'll check this out, Anthony.
Got my bucket again.
Oh,
The Avenger.
Anthony, you
Looking
have to
forward
get your
it. Yeah.
popcorn bucket.
Oh wow,
Haha.
that
What do you
Superman
get?
popcorn bucket.
Can't do the popcorn trick with that one, though.
Woo, that sounds kinky. Neil,
No, it's
I
too
wanted
pricey.
I
You
wanted
guys
to
are very supportive. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Anthony.
Anthony, take care of your bad self, my
Hey.
friend.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Neil, you're more than welcome whenever you got stuff to promote. You're welcome to pop in onto my show. Tara, did you know I have a show?
No.
I thought I was just going to be a guest, and then they put it up, and it was called the Todd Yeager Experience. So I've done
Nice.
5 of them so far. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's live on YouTube Sundays, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then the shows after, like Neil's, when they're done, they stay on YouTube. So there's 5 of them. Last week we had Mike Caravella for Astral Plane Drifter. We actually interviewed him for about an hour. The show ran like 2.5 hours. I was shocked.
I'm gonna look it up now.
But yeah, the Todd Yeager Experience. It's on the Mutant Theater channel. But like I said, any of you, if you got stuff like just to pop in and for a minute or two and say, hey, I got this, watch my show or something. It's great because I can't believe this. We actually got bookings. We got John Devlin from Fallacies this coming Sunday. After that, White Gardenia. After that, Joe Badon, for the Wheel of Heaven. And Adam Freeman is going to be on for his upcoming remake of Scream Queen.
Nice.
It's just people are like, hey, I want to be on your show. So I'm like, what?
Come on in.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and Bill Weeden is always popping in. He was on for most of the show this past Sunday, so he gives us gravitas, I would think. And he's always like, well, Todd, you got charisma. We love you. And I'm like, really? So yeah, so there's that show. So feel free to, tune in, and then if you want to, we can get you to pop in. It'd be fun.
We'll pop in and do like the Anthony Chabot. We'll be like, I'm good, and then run away.
Yeah, because even it's like, well, hey, here I am. Watch my show. See you later. I got to do lunch or something. It's whatever. I'm just kind of weirded out still that this is happening. So
Hey, good for you.
No, that's exciting stuff.
Just
That's great.
You keep rising and you keep going. You got it.
Well, I mean, this thing that coming up, because Jack Russell apparently has his hand in everything too. Jack's my sort of co-host. He's on there the whole time, but he just kind of lets me do all the jawing. And but they're going to have me somehow be a part of their nursing home Dracula with Bill Weeden. And then
That's awesome.
I don't know if Tara knows this, but Bill Weeden announced it. So apparently it's going to happen. Bill Weeden, John Dugan, the grandpa from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and me are going to be in a buddy road trip slasher together. The tentative title is Gonzo Geezer Gorefest, but
I kind of love the title.
They may keep it, but the thing is, I'm a little nervous because I hope I can live up to their standards. I mean, John Dugan and of course Bill Weeden. I mean, he was like in Sergeant Kabuki, man, his acting was like supreme. And I just thought, oh God, I'm just me when I appear in a movie. I hope I can, at least live up to that. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
it'll work out,
mine.
Todd. It'll be a good time. Those are 3 great people. I'm friends with all of them.
And Bill wants me to. They're going to try to write in a scene somehow that I'm going to have to swat him again. Apparently, that's a thing now.
So this is a movie was sent to me today. It's a Scared Shitless.
I like the title.
Yeah.
You want me to work with you as a plumber?
Yes.
What about my phobia? What about all the germs? I could die.
Look at this as like an opportunity to face your fear. Easy little fix, right?
Okay.
My boy's got it.
Dad, I need
Yeah, hold your horses. And we saw something that was out of the ordinary, so we just want to make sure everything's okay.
Is that an animal?
Sounds big.
I created her, and I tried to destroy her.
All of you.
Ooh.
I like the critter.
I do too.
Somebody call a plumber?
All right, I'm in for this. That looks
Familiar
good.
though.
That looks like a ton of fun.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, the critter, it looked familiar. I can't name the
My
movie.
only beef is, though, when you're going in to plunge the toilet and you have a sink plunger. That might have taken me out of it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true.
John Reddy, can you hear us?
Yeah,
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
At least we got voice. Hey.
I just can't see you. Like I kind of, it's a new computer basically.
Oh,
All right. We'll get it worked out.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is another one.
coal mine again.
Since we're all, well, at least Tara, Troy, and I we're all D&D people. This is the new Death Stalker, which is coming out in October. And so it's a fantasy horror film. I believe we're going to have guests on in October from this. I'm very excited. I've not watched the trailer yet.
My friends call them Tit Stalker. The old ones.
Death Stalker 2 is amazing.
Who is he? They say he was once a knight. Before the war against the Dreadites. Surgeon with a sword. Oh, wow. The answers to only one name.
Flash is the producer. Huh.
He likes horror and stuff a lot.
What name would that be? Death Stalker. My old friend. Come and get it. The mighty Death Stalker!
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Oh,
looks
like,
so
that's
cool.
the local MMA or,
That looks good.
I'm sold on
That looks
that.
like my kind of movie.
Yeah.
I got scared there for a moment. I thought it was Kevin Sorbo, and I was like, no, no, but it wasn't.
No, it's
God.
actually one of the guys from the Astron 6 movies.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, that one view with the flames kind of scared me for a moment. I don't know.
Me
Yeah.
too.
And
I love.
and bless
I love
you,
a good
Tara. I saw you
barbarian
sneeze.
flick.
So.
Thank you. Sorry, the allergies are really bad.
Oh no, I understand. Local honey. I always had bad allergies, and then I started. I put a teaspoon of. If you eat a teaspoon of local honey every day, it will help your allergies. but it has to be local honey because the local honey builds up your immunity to the pollen.
I get an allergy shot every week. My arm proves it. I can't believe it. She says, "Oh, we got to do the other arm." Apparently, where they've done the others, yellow bruises. So I look, kind of junky-esque. But I got to get the shots. Oh well, I'm old, so I
have
help.
one more trailer here if you guys would like to see it.
Hell yeah!
It is a Beast of War. This is a, I believe it's a shark horror movie that's going to be playing at Fright Fest. Or it is, maybe it already played. Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Oh, well go.
We boys will
Wow.
be sailing into war. And in that place, there's only you and your mates.
Can't be the only ones left. Nearly 200 men gone on that bloody ship.
Well, this must be the story like they talk about in Jaws.
Further away from where they'll be looking.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What the hell was that?
Oh my god.
Never seen a shark like that before. There's dozens of dead bodies out there for it to munch on. He's gonna die. Shut up, this.
On the battlefield, there's only you and your mates. All you've got are your mates.
She'll be back.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that looks pretty spooky.
Ooh, I want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. That looks a legit scary shark movie.
I've heard of that story before.
It'll be at Walmart.
Yeah, it's
unfortunately
in
just the
Jaws
DVD.
when the three guys are down. When the three guys are downstairs in the bottom of the ship and they're telling the big story about the sharks coming and eating. I always wondered. Yeah. I've always wondered why they didn't make a movie. Maybe they have before, but none that I really remember.
If you like sharks, then after we talk with John Devlin on my show on the 31st, we're going to review bad CGI sharks, which I love.
I'm a huge fan of that movie, Bad CGI Sharks.
Yeah.
We're
going to be reviewing
the
it.
creators on the show. Yeah, it's good.
It's
and then
so
it was
good.
ripped off.
Yeah. Well, I think the people. I think I know what director you're talking about who did bad CGI monsters or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to happen. People with a digital.
Yeah, it's more to the story because I'm friends with the guys who did bad CGI sharks. And
Absolutely wonderful, wonderful movie. I got it.
I'll have to look for that one. I haven't seen it.
Well, it's not on Tubi for some reason at the moment, but it is on other for free. But I have the Blu-ray. I bought that when it first came out. It's amazing. That's this Sunday.
Very cool. Now Dave Deadman got it. Well, I popped it up during the thing. The USS Indianapolis. The shark history major here, Dave Deadman.
He's our shark historian.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't shot my scene yet, but I will apparently have a scene in Shark Squatch.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Robert Bowles he's a few miles down the road from me right now for the summer. And he said, Greg DeLiso and I talked about it, and DeLiso from Psycho 8-2 and
I'm friends with Greg.
So I'm kind of excited. Apparently they got to write a scene.
That's awesome.
because I'm here. I said, we'll write a scene. I'm like, okay, just call me. I'm here.
I think Tara's the only and John, but the only one that's visibly on camera here that I've not drawn an 8-bit figure of.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh.
Yeah, draw me now. This way.
What kind of pose should I do?
Yeah, well, I'll have to think. Well, you'll definitely have one for Lunadet, but maybe I should make you one before that too.
Yeah, don't pose naked like I did.
Well,
You'll
John
get your
Reddy
own
wants
hippie,
you to draw him like one of your French girls.
hippie tit shirt.
Yeah, draw me a bit like a big black spots like now.
So I currently have up, if anyone would like to help with the puppet fund, any donations you'll get a virtual trading card like this. And for $20 donations, you will get yourself a Master Zog World Order personalized badge that you can use on social media, like your friend Robert here. So we'll have an actual Kickstarter at the beginning of the year, but right now I'm busy making puppets. So if you'd like to help out, it costs money to buy all the fur and foam and cement and armature wire and all these things. So,
well, I'm also a member of the Disciples of Corky Sherwood, if you know who that is.
I do.
Faith Ford's character on Murphy Brown, Corky Sherwood. So,
I never watched Murphy Brown.
Yeah, a friend of mine said we got to have a group called the Disciples of Corky Sherwood. So I've got a T-shirt and everything.
So, Terry, you weren't here last week, but I want to get your thoughts on this because I'd love to go to this place someday. It's in Ohio, and all their menu is famous last meals of like famous killer.
And some of them, because he was reading down like the menu.
Yeah, they're accurate.
Somebody had like an olive for their last meal. I'm like,
yeah, but the olive is like $3, right?
Yeah.
So
you can get the Ted Bundy.
What the hell?
Yeah, they're all actual, like their last meal before they went to the chair.
They're accurate to what the last meals were.
That piece of meat looks scary, though.
Yeah,
it looked a little off.
That's pretty cool.
Who was the guy that was Pogo the Clown?
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
The John Wayne Gacy one. His meal was like a bucket of fried chicken, fried shrimp, French fries, and then a bowl of fresh strawberries. I guess to keep it healthy.
What if he had to take a shit like he needs fiber?
But depending on if you're electrocuted or something, all that's going to come right back out as soon as you're killed. So I'm kind of like, oh.
I would say serve them right. Who cares?
Yeah,
you're checking out, so leave them.
I would just be embarrassed, that if I was being killed, then I would just be so mortified.
Yeah, I don't think Gacy had much of a problem with embarrassment.
That's probably the least of his work.
Well, that's for the sharks, bad CGI sharks. Oh no! I'd like to try the restaurant though.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Would be a fun thing.
I'm not going to fly to Ohio though.
Just to eat there. Yeah. Have you ever been to the Museum of Death? Anybody here? It's in Hollywood.
I've walked by it. I walked by it, but
I like it. It's fun. It's the first room is all actual art from serial killers that they so it's got the paintings from Pogo, and then it's got some really weird Son of Sam. I think it's a Son of Sam. He made these cartoons, and it's how to. It sounds terrible to laugh at because he really killed people, but it was how to catch a fat lady, and it's like a cartoon. Like he goes and buys meatballs.
Wow.
And then and then you drag the fat lady with your meatball sub, and then you kill her in like a room or something. But it's I feel terrible now bringing this up and laughing about it. But the one guy, the one guy made this like weather vane, and each one there was mechanical, and each one were all these each one was a different sex act. and they really move, so it's like doggy style. And also,
I'll buy that for $1.
and then I read about it. He made it in prison over so many years because he would just get like pieces of forks and like smuggle it back to his room, and he slowly made this giant thing. And it was like, wow, it's like,
what the hell?
Yeah,
You gotta think when you got a lot of time on your hands like that, though. You know, you got to do something with it, I guess.
yeah, exactly. So
Something's
if
gotta
you're
fill
weird like me, I recommend it, but maybe it's not for everybody.
I'd probably go there if I was near it.
I like it.
Well, guys, I got to run. So,
Neil's eyes. Neil's got shark eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes.
That's awesome.
You know, I gotta run too.
All right. Well, it's probably a good time. It is 11. So until next time, don't forget, get into clown gear. Start preparing. Get whatever you can do as elaborate as you like, or if you don't have the funds or whatever, just have fun with it. But you have to have some type of clown,
like my show.
Exactly, the clown. It's amazing.
Clowns.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to prepare for the vinegar syndrome sale in about an hour.
All right, fair enough. So we'll be back next week. Until then, this is Nasty Neal.
Don't make me terrible, Troy.
And this is Tara Hutchison.
And this is without
Jaeger.
Your
head. Sorry. Cool. Oh, I'm still here.
The Amazing Fantasy Fest runs September 12th to the 18th at Dipson's Amherst Theater, and September 19th and 20th, The Screening Room. 94 films over 9 days, including the world premiere of Frenzy Moon, filmed in Clarence, and the horror films Straight On Till Morning, Dingus Day, Humanoids from the Deep, and the sci-fi Astral Plane Drifter. Info and tickets in the schedule at AmazingFantasyFest.com. Presented by Dipson Theaters, The Screening Room, Kim and Armin Petrie, Valkyrie International Film Festival, Dean Beltrano, Offbeat Cinema, and WBBZ TV.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah, that's our
Sorry,
friend
I was
Greg
like,
Lamberson.
I was just all watching now. Well,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then I realized we're so close with only 3 people here. It's like,
Yeah, now I'm like super close, and I'm like, oh, like looking at myself. I'm like, sorry about that. Oh.
all right, so, thank you, John. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Jim, for coming on, being on earlier. It's amazing. I was glad Terry got to meet Jim. Jim's a great guy, and you'll see him in Arbor Day and his film Manicorn. And thank Terry, and really big thanks, Terry, for thinking of these fun ideas that are coming up on Without Your Head.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, we'll see you, John. Get some clown makeup.
Oh yeah, I'm in clown makeup right now.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we don't want to see it yet. You got these surprises on the 18th.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.